there a development maybe you want to see from him in some of those late game situations when you guys are struggling to score?
I think those are two areas of growth for him. Being more disciplined, not fouling, especially early. I think he can be a little more disciplined in those areas, not getting foul trouble as much. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to make winning plays. At times, those can be undisciplined plays. His growth will come in these last 6 minutes, and that's where a lot of these NBA games are won. We have a 20-year-old that's just starting to scratch the surface here in the NBA, and how he manages those last 6 minutes are important. And he was a big part of that. We subbed him when we were up 9. That's not on him. There's just a lot of growth for him in those moments, how to manage in the game situations, and so.
What in the bloody hell you're talking about? You do fucking nothing. It's the LitHoUsE. Let's go.
When I went up top, they took me down to Alabama, over to Texas. Third coast shit, baby. Yeah, bitch, I ball, never fall. Yeah, bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, fuck the law, we never fall. Yeah. Bang, hold up. Drink in my cup. Niggas ODing on me, I don't give a fuck. Came through swinging, crip niggas banging. Rubber band pussy looking like a tuba hanging. Diamonds on my neck, color changing, Super Saiyan. First time felon, but bitch, I ain't never telling. Niggas snitch right here and disappear like they Magellan. Went from pistol selling to sitting on the Ritz. And I ain't talking crackers, but it's plenty in this bitch. They asked me, did I ball? I told them Peckers in the day. And been around with cold-blooded shooters than the NBA. Bitch, I'm still a kid, but really ain't a young boy. Ops with the shit, but really they ain't want one. Ass like a wig, faker than a jump boy. Caught him with the SIG, that's what your homie slump for. Boss hog pig, one and only combo. Bitch, I ball, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, fuck the law, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, smoking on that pressure. Now I got dementia. Came through swinging. Bitch, I'm Errol Spencer. Shout out to the champ. Boy, you know we miss ya. Gotta take it back because these hoes they don't remember. Sitting off in class pants, holy in the scripture. Couldn't afford them J's, so them corduroys was bent up. Other niggas say it, but for me it wasn't no criminal. Life on layaway, everything is tension. That's what niggas hate. Say why you switch the style up? I laugh right to the bank and watch the money pile up. Most of them are fake, just watch the way they down ya. Moral of the story, keep them whole niggas from round. Bitch, I ball, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, fuck the law, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, bitch, I ball, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, bitch, I ball, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, fuck the law, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, bitch, I ball, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, fuck the law, never fall. Bitch, I ball, never fall. With my dog, fuck the law.
Two areas of growth for him, being more disciplined, not fouling, especially early. I think he can be a little more disciplined in those areas, not getting foul trouble as much. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to make winning plays. At times, those can be undisciplined plays. His growth will come in these last 6 minutes, and that's where a lot of these NBA games are won. We have a 20-year-old that's just starting to scratch the surface here in the NBA, and how he manages those last 6 minutes are important. And he was a big part of that. We subbed him when we were up 9. That's not on him. There's just a lot of growth for him in those moments, how to manage in the game situations, and so. every one of those that happens, he'll just get better and better from there. You got to go through it. You got to go through the fire to get better. So, and he will.
Now, looking ahead a couple of years, where do you think he can be in those kinds of situations, given his specific skills?
Well, he understands the game at a high level, so his good feel. His IQ's got to continue to grow as far as his NBA IQ. And I think once he gets that, it's going to be a very dangerous combination because he's got natural feel. Now you add the basketball IQ.
This is going to be a show of epic king proportion. I can feel the energy in the chat. I can feel the energy from Charlotte's fan base. I can feel your anger. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Breathe it in. Share the video, like the video. Y'all do me a favor, go to Twitter right now and share this stream on Twitter. Everybody listening under the sound of my voice, hashtag LitHoUsE, hashtag New Media Live. It is time to go. Take your shoes off when you come in the building. I know a lot of people are up in arms about what they saw last night, what they heard from James Borrego. Special shouts out to my brother Rated to Go. Tap into love for hoop culture. I know him as Tap into Itachi. AMJ, what's going on? My twin, self-made Sicario. Y'all see who I'm up here with today. Y'all know he coming with the barbecue grill all the way from across the shores. Our brother, Unoriginal FC. Shout out to the legend that is Brother Bartram, the Blue Flame. Shout out to Sister J&J Video, DZ's Lady. Shout out to DZ Lady in the building. What's going on, brother? Shout out to our brother Mozart, who did this wonderful parody meme on the screen. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to Kev Jr. Shout out to Wally Robinson saying he coming from Germany. Y'all make sure y'all tag us in the Twitter. The Twitter spear, man. Let's get these numbers up this morning so we can start cooking. We're gonna let some more people come in this thing and we're gonna get into it tonight, today, tomorrow, whatever. It's time to cook. NLE Chakra has made his entrance into the building. That audio you heard was from our friends at the 3-point conversion. Shout out to our brothers from the 3-point conversion. Y'all go subscribe. Most of y'all already subscribed anyway, but go subscribe. It's going to be a hot morning. Yeah, the barbecue grills are going to be out today. The barbecue grills are going to be out today. Shout out to Cambria Roberts. How you doing, sister? I'm gonna start reading your comments in a minute, but y'all, you know, we got etiquette here. We gotta follow the etiquette. We're in the LitHoUsE with it this morning, so y'all know how we do. Y'all make sure you take your shoes off when you come in the building. You gotta share the stream. The only way the dream gonna grow if you share the stream. So, without further ado, it's time for the LitHoUsE roll call. That's right, the LitHoUsE roll call. Y'all tell us where you're listening in from, where you're streaming from, where you about to be enjoying some of this fine barbecue this morning. Where you going to be enjoying this fine barbecue. Shout out to Charleston Smith. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into everything, AMJ. Don't even worry about it. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. Tell us where you're hearing, listening to the stream from. We're going to cook this morning. Don't y'all worry. I see that a lot of people are frustrated. They in their feels, and I understand why. My brother Tap into Itachi says, I got 100 guns, 100 clips. I'm from New York. The DMV is in the building, definitely in the building. Shout out, gang. Unoriginal, you here, bro?
I'm here, bro. I'm just getting my fuel real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, it's going to be a long show.
Yeah, it is. Go ahead, do your thing, gang. Go ahead, do your thing, man. London, UK in the building 2 times like Casanova them. Shout out to the UK, all our brother them in the UK, all man them in the UK. What go on with their brethren in the UK, be it in Scotland with DKM or be it in London with our brother Unoriginal. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Y'all go ahead, share this stream, man. Share the stream. Shout out to my brother Mozart, Ball on Live Podcast, exclusive coverage from the Greensboro Swarm. Shout out to our brother, Ball on Live Podcast. Make sure y'all go ahead, subscribe to my brother. Biggie J on the ones and twos. Shout out to you, APOC from the 6. Sydney Cobb, she say she from Austin, Texas. Shout out to Austin and South by Southwest that made his return. South by Southwest is lit. Yeah, man. Yeah. We're gonna let some more people get in here. We're gonna get this roll call going, and then we're gonna get into it. I don't wanna jump into it and have to repeat myself too many times because the barbecue that we're preparing today is surgical. This is that Wagyu steak, you know what I'm saying? This is that Kobe. Tap. Did you say 0-5, Tap? Is that what you said? Is that what you said, Tap? Now, Tap, you know.
Hey, tap. Hey, listen, the feds are around, you know. Hey, we've been documenting, bro. Is that what you said?
Hey, Tap, now you know somebody told you that this was going to be a 06.
Hey, we the feds now, bro. Hey, listen. We're the feds now. We've been documenting, bro. We've been documenting,
Tap. Somebody, see, that's why I'm not as mad, because somebody told all of y'all this summer. Shout out to everybody that was a part of the latest in-game streams on YouTube. Yo, y'all got to give it up, bro. We be having the livest in-game streams on YouTube. Like, and I'm not talking about just myself. I'm talking about all of us. The chat be lit. Goddamn DZ when he come up here be lit. Tap be lit. Unoriginal when he up is lit. DKM be cooking, Barsham be going ham, J&J be on the ones and twos, bro. I love those in-game streams, bro. Them in-game streams be so goddamn fun, bro. But shout out to everybody that listened last night. And y'all keep coming in the building with the roll call. Keep sharing the video. Let's run up the algorithm. Hit the likes. If you didn't take your shoes off when you came in the building, you're wrong. I'm just telling you this morning, you're wrong. This is the LitHoUsE, not Travis Scott's house. You ain't gonna go to hell for coming up in here. Hit the like button, slide, and subscribe to the vibes. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that was a part of the live stream last night. There was a special moment in the live stream last night. It was an absolute classic moment. Shout out to Dolo TV for sharing. And y'all let me know if y'all remember this moment. And shout out to AMJ, man. Thank you for that. He says, I turn down the announcers to listen to y'all, and I love the Charlotte announcers. Yeah, I love Eric and Dell. I've met both of them. But, you know, I can't listen to the company lines. But, yo, check it out, bro. It was a special moment last night where I was talking to DKM, and I was talking to Sister Vonnie Rock in the chat and some other people. And they was like, but they winning though, Rev. They got the role players in. They winning though, Rev. It was my brother Mozart. And I said, no, you don't leave role players in the game this late in the game because the momentum is going to switch. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to commit a stupid foul, and then they're going to turn around, hit a 3, and the home team's going to be down by 4. Do y'all remember that, twin? Am I tripping? On the wrist, you remember that?
Bro, listen, I even tweeted, right? Because I was watching off my phone. So I even tweeted after that third quarter. I said, I know Melo's played the whole third quarter, but he absolutely cannot rest a second into that fourth quarter. All right. He didn't start the fourth quarter. And then the bench unit did their job, did well. They built up, what, a 10-point, 11-point lead, was it?
Yeah, 9.
9. And I said, right at that moment, bring Melo back in. Right then and there. And I'm pretty sure they called a timeout, no?
Nah, this is what happened. Nah, I remember it like it was poetry because it felt like I was in the Matrix, bro. I was watching it real time before it happened. What happened was, okay, they extended the lead to 9. because Zubac couldn't check Terry on that baseline, and Terry had been bumpsky the whole game, so they weren't slanting the defense for him. So he started hitting those scoop layups. They extended the lead to 9. Then a timeout happened at that point, right? They're up 9. And
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I said at that timeout, I was like, listen,
right.
Me myself, I was like, you have to bring him back in now. Because something can happen where a Reggie Jackson or Paul George can just hit a 3 and then hit another 3. And Batum was hot all game, wide open in the corner. And you know how bad Charlotte are on the rotations.
Yeah.
I said, listen, you built up a good lead now. Don't take the piss. Bring Lamelo back in. What did he do?
Nope.
He said, no. Let me ride out these bums a bit more. Bang.
Nope.
Goes for what? 4-point lead, and then you want to bring in Melo.
No, unoriginal. They're not bums. They have a good team with great role players. They're building a culture of team. Don't say that.
Shambles.
It was 9. And Unoriginal's right. They took the timeout, and I said during the timeout, I was like, yo, this is the time. And I wasn't just talking about Melo. This is the time to get all your goddamn starters back in.
Facts.
Other than Mason Plumlee, because Nick Richards was cooking last night. I would have got all my starters in minus Mason Plumlee, right? But they come back, and they stayed with the reserve unit, who did a wonderful job being the reserves. And they commit a foul, a flagrant foul. I don't know who it was that committed that flagrant foul. I can't remember. But a flagrant foul is committed. 2 free throws are hit. And then a 3-point shot is hit. And that's the ball game. That's the ball game. Now, the next segment, look, we work hard. Y'all already know what it is. We need love in the Cash App today. I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna lie. We need love. The home stretch is coming back up. I'll be in the building. In Greensboro next week. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be traveling to some of the games as well. Show love. Hit the Cash App today. If it's $2, if it's $3, if it's $5, bless up like Big Man tap into a touch, he says, man. You understand, bad man? Hit the Cash App. Show love. If it's $1.50, you know what I'm saying? 25 cents. Show love. Support the dream. Support the stream. Join the team. Hit the like button when you come in, man. So it's a couple of things I want to break down meticulously today. I don't want to get too emotional, but I want to break things down meticulously today. How does a guy that's 20 years old have 17 points damn near in the first quarter and finish the game with 21 points? How, Sway? We're going to talk about the real issues in Charlotte this morning. That's why I wanted y'all to share the video. Shout out to George for the Cash App. That's showing love, man. I appreciate anything y'all give, man. Honor and respect, brother. Run the likes up. Let's go. We're going to get into it this morning. And I want y'all, once again, to share this video on Twitter. I'm saying this for a reason. And tag your favorite Charlotte Hornets pages. Your fan pages. Your crown clubs. The rest of these guys. They need to speak to the people. They claim to speak for the people. They need to speak to the people. Okay? Because they do a lot of cat. So tag these guys on Twitter right now. Hashtag LitHoUsE. Hashtag new media. Gang. You know what I'm saying? How is it that a guy in the first quarter has 17 points and finishes the game with 21 points? At that point of the game, the Charlotte Hornets were up by 11. Everybody wants to talk about all this crazy going on at the end of the game in the fourth quarter with a young team. Young teams lose that game on the road. That's not shocking to me. It's not that I'm some kind of brilliant genius mind that just knows everything about basketball. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Anything that I've gotten right, praise be to Allah Azza wa Jalla. Anything that I've gotten wrong, that's on me. But at the same time, it's not that I'm some brilliant mind. It's just I've played a lot of basketball. I've watched a lot of basketball. And I've listened to the great minds in basketball. I was coached by some great coaches. Young teams lose that game on the road. That's why you don't want it to become a down-the-stretch game in the fourth quarter. That's not a healthy diet to live off. Those games that they won last year that were close in the fourth quarter, there was no crowd involved. It was Corona. I kept telling y'all coming into the season, last year was weird. It was a coronavirus year. Players was in and out, half checked in. The older teams didn't start playing in like March, April. Don't take last year as a litmus test for this year. No. The real issue is not the fourth quarter. To my Charlotte Hornets faithful, and you're all welcome. You're welcome in the LitHoUsE around here. The real issue is not that. No. The real issue is how did it become a game to begin with? I like to talk about the X's and O's around here. I like to deal with the strategic elements of basketball. I like to break things down so they can forever and consistently be broke. Why do you go away from the guy that has gotten you to 17 points in the first quarter and has gotten you a lead against the team that is the third best defense in basketball? If y'all notice in the second quarter, they start running things through Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges. And everybody in the chat, y'all talk to me because
Bro.
class participation. Go ahead, Honorable.
Bro, second quarter, fam. From second quarter to the end of the game, G, the ball didn't touch Melo's hands like that.
Hold on. We don't got to jump to the end of the game. We're going to be meticulous today. We're surgeons today, Unoriginal. I like to cut up the arguments where it can't be any arguments. So let's do
James
that.
Brago, tonight you're dying death by 1,000 cuts, bro. Death by 1,000 cuts, man.
Bro, what makes you, I'm not even talking about touch the ball. We got to expand our thinking. I know a lot of us come here for Lamelo. We come here to support the Ball family, but we got to make them respect our basketball minds because they always try to put us in the space of Lamelo stands. That's where they want to put you. I don't accept such titles. I watched basketball long before Lamelo ever came out his womb. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hooper's hooper. You figure deal me? With that being said, respect my gangster. When Lamelo is cooking the way he's cooking, and we've been saying this entire road trip, this team will struggle to beat the elite teams unless you go through the guy that makes everyone better. I don't care how many points Miles has. I'll let Miles score 50. You're going to lose. I don't care how many Gordon Hayward has. I'll let Gordon Hayward score 50. You're going to lose. I said if Lamelo is allowed to run the offense, this team will thrive because he makes everyone better. Were they not kicking the Clippers' ass when Lamelo was running the offense? Talk to me, chat. Talk to me this morning. Show love to the Cash App. Y'all quiet, man. Were they not beating the Clippers by a wide margin when LaMelo was cooking? The Clippers didn't have any answer for LaMelo cooking. None.
Man, Paul George got shot in his face, bro. 3-pointer in the eye. Couldn't do nothing with him.
Couldn't do nothing with it. So what I'm trying to understand what goes on in Charlotte. And I'm talking about to all my friends in the media, my friends that are Charlotte fans, everyone. I'm asking you all, What makes you, because y'all told me when Ish Smith stayed in the game in Brooklyn, you stay with the hot hand because he produces results. So it's not about LaMelo, it's about the team. So if the team is winning, we shouldn't care, right? That's what y'all told us, right? Huh? That's what y'all told us, right? You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. No. Hold on. You said that when the bench is cooking and Ish Smith, who is a 33-year-old point guard, is producing results, you should not stop them from producing results. It's about the team. It's not about LaMelo. That's what you said, Charlotte. That's what your blue check pages said. That's what your Twitter pages said. That's what you said. That's what you said. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what you said. So why is it that a guy has 17 points and the number 3 defense in all of basketball on the ropes, and somehow you think it's smart to slow down the entire offense to get Miles Bridges and Gordon Hayward involved? And what happens at that point? Your lead fucking evaporates to nothing. Forget about it. Your lead evaporated to absolute nothing. That's what happened. Now, you got to be consistent. And I told you, if you're a coach in a locker room or you're a player in a locker room and the young players start smelling bullshit, ooh, no matter what you say, no matter what you preach, players have conversations in the locker room. That's just how it works. It's been going on since basketball was basketball. After you get done with your speeches and your rah-rahs and calling your people out and all this shit, this is what players do. Man, Melo, why they start going to you? Bro, I thought you was going to have 50 tonight. Man, these old motherfuckers trying to slow us down, bro. I can't even get on the goddamn court. Hey, what's up with you on Miles? Y'all straight? Hey, just know it's gang. Just know it's gang. That's why you start hearing people talk out. People get to speaking out and shit. Because those frustrations are bubbling to the surface. Unoriginal. Cook for us a little bit on that first quarter, man. What are you thinking, man? And I'm going to read some of the people's comments.
I mean, that first quarter, he had, 13 points? And I could really see Melo was in that kind of mood. He was hitting his shots. I mean, that free hit on Paul George, that was a free where he was feeling himself. You could see he was starting to feel himself. And one thing about Melo, his defense comes from his offense. When he starts cooking on offense, his defense plays some really good D. So you'll see them cook, Charlotte jump into the lead, and you're thinking, okay, this could be a big night. This could be a 30 ball for Melo, a 40 ball maybe. But I knew in the back of my mind, some fuck shit was going to happen. At what point in the game, I didn't know, but I knew some fuck shit was going to happen. Melo did well to keep himself out of foul trouble in that first quarter, so I allowed him to go off. You know, he's getting everybody involved. And then the second quarter comes along. He's benched. They lose their lead. He comes back in. And the next thing I'm seeing is Miles Bridges gets the ball, brings up the court. Mason Plumlee gets the ball. He's bringing it up the court, looking off Melo. Gordon Hayward's getting the ball, looking off Melo. And I'm like, this little fucker James Brager gone and done it again. And you lose the lead. And one thing about Melo, when Melo becomes frustrated, he starts picking up silly fouls. So now he gets his third foul in a second. Was it in the second quarter he had 3 fouls?
Yes.
Cool. So now he gets his third foul. Bang. Benched. Oh, boy. Melo, and this is why I'm happy, honestly, because I can't lie. After the game, I was happy. I was happy to see what Lamelo said. I was happy to see what James Borrego said. And I was happy to see the reaction of the Charlotte fans. Because once that's the way that second half was trending, you knew exactly how the rest of the game was going to go. Let me know why you see your guy Lamelo get your star player get 17 points in the first half. Let me know why every time he brings up the ball, there's not one person setting the screen for him. No pick and roll action. How is he in year 2 and to this day he gets no pick and roll action? Let me know how that works. But Mr. Glass, Gordon Hayward, can bring the ball up anyhow he likes, and he's getting guys running to setting picks. Running. Miles Bridges, picks. Plays drawn up for these guys. No plays drawn up for Melo. Okay. Third quarter comes along. Melo comes back into the game, but his rhythm, he's lost a bit of his rhythm, and he only ends up scoring another, 2-3 points? Ends the game on 21 points. Oh, wait. It was a mess. It was a mess. From when I saw Mason Plumlee continuously look off Melo, try to be a point guard, and he's always run that stupid little two-man game of Gordon Hayward, numerous turnovers, Gordon Hayward just selling like he is, Terry Rozier selling like he was, Miles Bridges just... Hey, Rev, I told you about Miles Bridges. I told you that guy's getting on my nerves, bro. Let last piece, Melo calls his own screens. I mean, Melo calls his own screens sometimes, but the screens that they set for him are some average, meaty screens, some weak ones. You know them kind of screens, but they're really trying to slip it so they can get the ball back. Nah, bro. Rev. Miles Bridges, bro. Listen, that guy needs to sort himself out, bro.
Nah, he's not gonna
sort out. And I know you.
He's not gonna sort himself out. See, because we gotta.
He's not. But.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, but I know you saw what Melo said in response to what Miles said in the post interview.
I sure did. I'm gonna play it.
What a report said to Melo about. You heard that?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I heard exactly what he said. I heard.
Oh, okay. So I know all you guys heard that. Listen, them guys are not on the same page. And like Rev said, the problems are coming to the surface. Real fucking fast. They're not winning the game on this road trip, and problems gonna listen. Big problems are happening. This season could go down the dumpster, bro.
Man, you're not off at all unoriginal. You're on. You know what I'm saying? You're on the ball right now, bro. It's a situation where the season is the way they came out so desperate, and the way that James Borrego was acting at the beginning of the game, like how they were acting when the coaches were trying to get pumped up on the bench. I knew they was gonna get their ass whooped. I knew they was gonna lose that game. And I knew they would run it through Lamelo, because I'm gonna tell y'all what I heard from James Borrego in that press conference. I didn't hear the same thing that everybody else heard. I heard the blame, but I also heard some other things. The issue is this. The real issue is this. They never established roles on this team coming into the season. Now, we know about the personnel issues, and that's got to fall squarely. I'm sorry. I got to keep it a buck. That falls squarely on money-making Mitch, man. That's on money-making Mitch, man. That ain't on nobody but money-making Mitch, man. Y'all run the likes up. When some of your favorite channels was running around here talking about the old teams in the NBA, and the NBA is young, I'm like, man, that's some bullshit, bro. This ain't college basketball. This team don't have the personnel to compete. They don't have the personnel to compete. You running out Mason Plumlee, bro? That's who you running out.
diabolical. He is diabolical, bro.
You running out Mason Plumlee, bro? That's how you coming? You gonna sell us Mason Plumlee? And this is what frustrates me about fan bases, bro. A lot of fan bases are like somebody at Hunts Point or somebody out there on Fillmore in Oakland, like they on a stroll or something. Like somebody tell them anything and they'll go do anything for a little bit of change. Like, bruh, y'all done seen Mason Plumlee for 22 years in the NBA. Y'all knew that shit wasn't sufficeable at no starting center, bro. Y'all knew that unless y'all ain't watch basketball. But the fan bases, they sell y'all anything. Oh, we got Wessu Wondu. What the fuck? What has Wessu Wondu ever done, bro?
Wessu Wondu.
Like, come on, bro. That's what they were saying this summer. Oh, we got Kelly Oubre. Y'all know who Kelly Oubre is, man. Y'all ain't have enough film for the 22 teams he played on to know what Kelly Oubre is, bro. Oh, Mason Plumlee is an upgrade over who? He an upgrade over who? Said who? Never. Come on, man. But y'all be letting these small market organizations sell y'all some bullshit because they don't want to spend no money, man. That's like you going to order something at your favorite restaurant and they known for having filet mignon, Kobe steak. And then they come out there with a Dollar Tree steak. And you just eat it because they told you to. Go ahead, bro.
Bro, MJ Mitch, the kind of guys that go to the moon and that. Bro, MJ and Mitch, the kind of guys that go to the moon and that. Buy some clothes, keep the tag on, wear it out one night, or come back to the store next day, get that shit back. They cheat like that.
Bro, it's ridiculous. Unoriginal is ridiculous. Bro, look. You can't recycle guys that's been on multiple teams that have not had sustained success. You have a young team that barely missed the playoffs. What you should be doing in the summertime is, okay, what pieces can we add? Because our rebuild has been sped up because we got a phenom at point guard. We got a guy in Miles Bridges that's an athletic freak, and at least is Vince Carter light. At least. That's something you can build around. So our job this summer is to go get a veteran guy that is a fizzling star that can push us over the hump for sure. And any weak spots, we have to shore them up. No matter if we have to cut ties with guys that we love to do it. Because now the fan base expectation is high. Now the national media is looking at you because you have a reason for them to look at you, fam. Come on, man. All eyes are on Charlotte. You finally have eyes on you. You don't roll up Dollar Tree players with the young team because the young team is going to struggle during the season. This is a grown man season, 82 game schedule. These teams, a lot of these teams, their windows are closing. A lot of these guys, their windows are closing. So they're going to teams where they can win on, where they can stack the deck. And you're running out PJ Washington, bruh. The man in the middle of a midlife crisis, and he 19 years old. Come on, man. I'm going to read y'all comments, man. I'm going to read y'all comments, man. Y'all talking it up, man. Make sure y'all run the like up. If you in the building, take your shoes off. Take your shoes off. Y'all know the rules. Share the stream on Twitter. Hashtag LitHoUsE, hashtag new media. Also, tag your favorite Charlotte Hornets fan club and tell them to come to the LitHoUsE. We got barbecue for them. Primetime says the coach is lying about his game plan. Somebody told a lie today. Last beat said Melo said leave Ish in. Yep, that's what they told us. Douglas Goldenchild Anderson salute says facts. Ray says, before the season, why were the Hornets acting like they were playoff contenders? They're not even close because they're a young team. They're a young team that experienced success when half of the league wasn't playing. They're a young team that experienced success when half of the league was not taking the season serious until the end of the year. These teams are retooled. A lot of the guys took last year off. They're refreshed. They're energized. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We will be serving barbecue this morning. NLE Chakra says Hayward and JB need to go. You ain't going to fix it unless you fix money-making Mitch. No matter who you bring in there. Ray said, I need Terry traded for a center so we can see Melo and Book in the backcourt. Bro, talk to him. Tell him something that God love. But you can't put Book out there right now. You cannot put Book out there right now. Because to me, Book Knight's confidence looks shattered. And we don't even know what he can do on the NBA court. You can't trade Terry right now. We don't know what Book Knight gives us. Go ahead, unoriginal.
Hey, yo, Rev. Hey, yo, you see that shot Book Knight took in the last game? Was it the last game when he gave him some garbage minutes? Bro, that shot was so far off.
The running skyhook.
God. Oh, not even that. It was a 3-point shot. He just missed everything, bro. Hit straight backboard. I said, boy, they done massacred him, bro. So if they try to bring him down to this setup right now, the way things are going, they'll finish him.
Bro, they done taking that man confidence. Kai Jones shooting step back threes out of bounds. Like, bro, there's no development, bro. Let's stop with this bullshit. There's no development that's happening on the court. It's not happening. Like I said, if you got stuff to do today, this ain't the stream for you. We're going to be meticulous and break this thing down today. Y'all run the likes up, share the video, subscribe to the tribe. You get rid of Malik Monk, who's a proven guy off the bench, to draft a guy like James Bouknight. I understand why you did it because the money makes sense. But if you do that, you got to develop this guy and get him in the game so he can be a Malik Monk. Who's replacing Malik Monk's point production? Who's giving you 27 in Phoenix? Cody Martin? Are you really trying to tell me you're replacing Malik Monk's production off the bench from the shooting guard position from Cody freaking Martin, bro? Malik Monk hit a game winner last year, carried the team in Sacramento with Lamelo last year. Cody Martin is a decent role player. Stop trying to make these guys be something they not. That's why there's no structure on the court. That's why you losing. At the beginning of the season, this is the job of the front office and the coaching staff. Look, Lamelo, Miles, Gordon. We've had a long time to sit here and deliberate about what we're going to do going forward in the season. Y'all know we have high expectations for the season. And it's a business at the end of the day, you know? It's a business. So it's nothing personal in our decisions on what we're doing as far as pecking order, but we feel like it is best for us right now in order to propel ourselves in the future or succeed in the future. It is best for us right now to develop the young talent on the roster. Lamelo, you're going to have a higher workload than you had last year. A lot of the offense is going to go through you. At times that you struggle, we're going to get Miles involved. Miles, when he has a matchup that we like, we'll get Miles involved. We'll make sure that Miles is the second option on this team. Gordon, thank you for everything you've done for this team. You helped change the culture last year. You've been a calming presence. We need you to bring that playoff experience when you're called upon. You know, we need you to bring that playoff experience. We don't have a lot of catch and shooters on the roster right now, and you shoot a great percentage from three. We would love for you to be a catch and shoot guy, a third option guy when you got a mixed match, but we want to speed up the pace of the game. And it's just business. And at this point in your career, we think you're better suited for half court sets and catch and shoot. But 80% of our game, I'm sorry, Gordon. Hold on, Gordon. Let me finish. I'm sorry. The majority of our game is up and down this year. So 80% of the time, that's what we're going to be doing. But when we get into those situations where we struggle in the half court sets and the pick and roll isn't working, we'll be sure to get you involved. And like I said, to all three of you guys, it's nothing personal. This is just business, and this is what we think is best for the team. That's how you establish goddamn roles, man. This shit ain't hard. This shit ain't hard, man. How do you go from a guy having 17 points in the first half to having 21 at the end of the game because you go away from everything that was working in the beginning of the game? You go against that. You go out of your way. Charlotte, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the fans in Charlotte, and I'm talking to the blue checks in Charlotte. The real reason why y'all lost that game last night is because y'all went out of your way to get Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges involved. The matchup that you had was Lamelo was exposing Eric Bledsoe and Luke Kennard on the perimeter with isolation basketball. Now, what they started to do was overplay him, which left other guys open. So your commands on the bench should have been, when LaMelo penetrates, you catch and shoot the ball. If you cannot hit the shot, we will put someone in the game that can. That's it, bro. It ain't hard. It ain't rocket science. Give me my goddamn flowers. Give me my flowers, man.
Preach, brother.
It ain't hard. This shit is not hard. Exploit the matchup that you have. You had an 11-point lead when LaMelo was cooking. You take him out the game. See, none of y'all want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about how in the fourth quarter, this happened and that happened. It shouldn't have been that close. It shouldn't have been that close. It got that close because you went out of your way to feature Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges. The problem with Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges is a hell of a player. I keep telling y'all, it hits different when the defense is looking at you, all five guys. Ain't no backdoor cutting. You trying to isolation dribble and jelly fan when you get to the rim, and it's five guys looking at you. The problem with Gordon and Miles Bridges, oh, goddamn, I prepared this ether today. What kind of sauce y'all want on this barbecue? What kind of sauce do you want on this barbecue? Are you not entertained? We're the best thing cooking right now. The problem with Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges, when you're playing the number 3 ranked defense in the NBA, fam, the problem with that is you give that defense a chance to set up. With LaMelo's unorthodox style, the reason why the Clippers were losing in the first quarter and the second quarter is because they couldn't prepare for it. They weren't used to that pace. They weren't used to that style, so they couldn't run their normal defensive sets. How the hell do I know this? And I don't work for an NBA team as a coach, but you don't know this. The minute you start running traditional half-court sets through the small forwards and the power forwards, it gave them a chance to set their defense on the wing. So every time those guys would drive, they would collapse. They can't pass out. Now it's a turnover or a bad shot, and they going the other way. Paul George isolating the shit out of Miles Bridges, whooping his ass all night. Terrence Mann open for 3. Come on, bro. Unoriginal. Go ahead, man. Cook something up, man.
Listen, as we've said already, there's no roles that have been established in the team. And God knows why. Because everyone can see when Melo's playing his game, when the offense is flowing through him, the shit is so unpredictable, bro. It's so unpredictable, bro. Teams don't know how the hell they're going to set up because he's so up and down. He's so fast-paced. And really and truly, everyone plays a better game because of it. Yet, Charlotte, James Borrego, Mitch, just want to find a way to always get Gordon Hayward, even saying his name, bro. I want to, if I saw Gordon Hayward, bro, I'm putting money in his head, bro. I'm putting money in his head. On Miles, if he keeps acting up, I'm putting money on Miles' head too. They got to go, bro. Listen, when Miles and Gordon Hayward in the game and there's no Melo, look how hard it is for them to get their shots off, bro. I mean, for Gordon Hayward, it's hard to get a shot off anyways. He's just that bad, bro. But you continue to force feed them, continue to get them in positions where, bro, how many times did Gordon Hayward shoot the ball last night? And how many times did it hit back at him, bro? Rev, tell me, how many times did it hit back at him, bro?
1,000,000.
1,000,001, bro. How about that? That's all they know, bro. That's all they know. Terry Rozier, I like the guy, innit? But I never wanted that. That contract was terrible, bro. And I told Rev that the day it happened, I told her, I said, I don't like this shit. Beforehand, I said, I don't want him to pay him. He's come back this season, and he's come back looking slow. He's come back looking chubby. He's out of shape. Can't hit his threes. Like, it literally takes him the whole game. It literally takes him the whole game to warm up. By the time he hits the fourth quarter, that's when he starts making some shots. Okay, good time to hit some shots. But, bro, that cannot run. That cannot run. Then you have a Melo who gets 17 in the first half and somehow ends up on 21. Let me know how. I'll tell you how. Because the only way Melo gets his points is by handoffs, damn near by half court. That's how he creates his offense. He gets the ball handed to him at half court and just does the magic. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable basketball. I've never seen a play, and I tweeted this yesterday. I said, I've never seen a play drawn up for Melo where he's come off a cut and hit an easy layup. Easy little two. Rev, have you ever seen a play drawn up for him where he's come off a pin down and come off a curl like K?
Nope.
And just shot easy? Never.
Nope.
Never. They don't even run pick and rolls for him, bro. What is this?
Look, I'm gonna keep it G real. That's another thing I wanted to touch on, but I want to read the people's comments. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the tribe, subscribe to the team. That's my brother Unoriginal FC. He makes football videos, football meaning soccer across the pond. Make sure, and basketball. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our brother. He's a part of New Media Gang, New Media Family, New Media Network. I am Rev. Shout out to y'all. This is the LitHoUsE. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button, take your shoes off when you come in the building. All the formalities. I need y'all to go to Twitter right now, share this video, and tag your favorite Charlotte Hornet blogger. Tag your favorite Charlotte Hornet reporter. Tell them talk to us nice. We are the people. A lot of people buy season tickets. A lot of people buy tickets. A lot of people buy Charlotte Hornets merch. We have the right to speak on these things. We will not be silenced. They want to silence y'all. That's what they want to do. A lot of big wigs want to silence the people. Shout out to Sean Bless, our brother. I'm talking to you, man. I'm talking to you. I'm keeping it real. We're going to talk about what the brother just said. AMJ says, you're right, though, for real. Why do they make it so hard? It's not hard. You just explained it. It's common sense. And Ali Chakra says, PJ Hayward Plumlee, that order. Caroline Smith says, Melo got to get his weight up. I agree. PG said they tried to make him play through contact and that he is young and will be bulky as he grows, but that tells you they're trying to foul him like hell. I've been saying that since the beginning of the year. I said that's how teams are going to try to make him struggle. Sean Bless says, LitHoUsE. Last week says, Rev, can you ask Corey where I can bet how many times Gordon Plumlee will look on Lamelo? Shout out to our brother Corey, man. Call me FHU says, looks like Melo going to get his man body around 22, 23. I don't know. I don't know. Salute to our brother Mozart. Salute to our brother Teddy True. Teddy True. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to Teddy True. And the truth is this. Unoriginal just broke that thing down. Why in the hell, after you see the man cooking in the first quarter and you see they make the adjustment on switching Paul George on him, the offense that you stay with for the love of God is the pick and roll. And you tell your bigs, when Paul George steps out, do not allow him to fight through the screen. If he fights through the screen, you flop and flail your hands so he can pick up fouls. because he's so determined to check Lamelo. Lamelo, when you run the pick and roll, no more floaters, go to the rim with authority so you can get these guys in foul troubles. They only have two bigs. One, we don't even know who the hell his name is. Why isn't the coaching staff informing him to do this? Why aren't they running offense to Lamelo when he's cooking? Why go all the way out of your way? See, this is what doesn't make sense to me. The adjustment that was made, and unoriginal, you got to come out and come in and saying your device is not connected. This is what makes no sense to me. So the defense makes an adjustment in Tyrone Lue because he doesn't want to get embarrassed by the 20-year-old kid. Because Lamelo was on pace for 50 last night. I knew he wasn't going to get no goddamn 50, but he was on pace for 50 last night, right? So he makes the adjustment in the second quarter. He starts running more Eric Bledsoe, Terrence Mann, Paul George on LaMelo Ball, right? So the adjustment is that you make. You don't just acquiesce to what he's trying to get you to stop doing. You don't say, okay, you want us to stop going to LaMelo. We're going to stop going to LaMelo because you want us to, and we're going to start running the offense through Gordon and Miles Bridges. What the hell kind of thinking is this? You already lost the game by doing so. That's not what you do, fam. When they do something, you counter what they do. You start running a high pick and roll. So now LaMelo is matched up against Zubac, and he's matched up against the other bigs, man. What the? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to our brothers from the three-point conversion, man. I want to play some more audio for y'all. This is from the three-point conversion. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to their channel as well. Hit the like button, share and subscribe to the vibe, subscribe to the tribe. Look, we working today, man. We working today. I told y'all we came to cook. This is from our brothers from the three-point conversion. This is their audio, all right? Y'all make sure y'all show love. This is what LaMelo had to say post-game. I want y'all to listen closely because Unoriginal pointed out some very potent things.
Like I said, probably just go back, look at the film, see from there. I'll probably say, I don't know. I feel like we had a good league going and then give a little couple subs and just cut down. So.
Yeah, Miles said you guys got sped up. Like the Clippers made you guys play a little faster than you want to in the fourth quarter. Is that what you saw too? Like you guys weren't playing within your normal flow of offense out there?
Nah, I feel like we always play fast. So, yeah, I don't know on that one.
And then this is you guys 4 straight losses. That 5-1 start.
Yeah.
Just how's the team psyche right now as you guys try to finish this road trip here now?
Yeah, it's still locked in. You know, got to have the next game attitude. So, we're looking forward to the next game and try to get a win right there.
Your coach was saying maybe foul trouble discipline is an issue, an area of improvement possibly for you. Did you feel like you got thrown off by some of the fouls tonight and get the third one quick? And then
yeah, for sure the third one quick hurt. I don't even remember that first two for real. So I got to go back and watch, see what it was.
And then he was also saying he thinks an area of development for you is controlling the game, controlling the action in the fourth quarter. Do you feel the same way? I mean, do you think that's kind of a next step for you?
Nah, I feel like I just got to be in there longer for the fourth quarter. You feel me? I feel like I came in a little late at the game. Now I feel like we could just let the squad go and know what's going.
Alrighty, thanks, Mom.
Appreciate that.
Look here. This shit ain't hard. It's not hard. LaMelo is starting to talk to you through the media. And I don't even think it's media savvy. I think it's frustration, boil over. Whatever's going on is starting to boil over. Shout out to our brother Sean Bless. Ain't no manning up, man. He says Melo needs to man up and hold accountable. See y'all, brother, look, respectfully to my brothers. Respectfully to my brothers. The NBA is a damn business, y'all. It's structure. It's organizational structure. This stuff that we be saying in the ball verse is not the reality. It's not the reality. You got a guy on the hook. He says, this is what Sean Bless says. Melo need to man up, though, and hold everyone accountable. He needs to tell Hayward to fall in line. How the hell he gonna tell somebody who making $130 million to fall in line whose agent can run to the front office at any time. That's not the reality. That's not the reality of the NBA, y'all. Because then they're going to say LaMelo's arrogant. They're going to say LaMelo he feels like it's his team. He's not a team player. Y'all don't remember what they used to say about Melo at Chino Hills? Do y'all know how long it took Jermaine Jackson to clean that shit up? All the stuff they used to say about him. Have y'all forgotten? That's not how it works. Everything you've seen LaMelo do in the last 2 years, brother, it's been with handcuffs. I keep telling y'all, like Unoriginal said, the margin of error for LaMelo Ball is so slim. What y'all are seeing is greatness because he does it on such limited leash. Look at James Bouknight. LaMelo was a second away from being James Bouknight last year. It's just he played on such a high level, it would have made them look like fools to bench him. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a situation where LaMelo can just, Gordon, get in line, because then they're going to start saying he's arrogant and he's entitled and all of this stuff. The old media narratives. It took Jermaine Jackson a long time to clean up that image. And it took LaMelo listening to Jermaine Jackson. This thing is real. But he's starting to speak to us through the media. He's starting to speak. Will you point out that Miles Bridges thing one more time on the original? That was interesting. I think you're on mute, bro.
Would you say, bro? Repeat the question real quick.
I said, will you point out that Miles Bridges part that he said in that interview one more time? That was interesting. I know you brought it up earlier.
Yeah, bro. That because I was listening to it, I was like, oh. They asked them in response to Miles' question about, the Clippers made us change our pace a bit. We didn't play our normal flow of offense or whatnot. And Melo was like, no, I don't really see it that way. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. So, no, I don't really see it that way. We play the same way. It's just, I don't know about that. I was like, oh. So everything that me and Rev have been telling you, everybody in the LitHoUsE, everybody in that comes up here on these lives been telling you, the relationship between Miles and LaMelo is not good, bro. It's not good, bro. For Melo to come out in that press conference, right, and completely just blow off Miles' point altogether. We never done that last season, Rev. Would that ever happen last season?
No chance. Roles were defined. Miles Bridges was a bench player. LaMelo was a bench player. Everybody's happy.
No.
Hold on, Unoriginal. Your audio is going in.
That right there, that was
Bro, your audio is going in and out. You're going to have to.
All right. My bad. Come back.
But yeah, man, the brother's cooking, man. The brother's cooking. He cooking up something good right now. And I don't want to put this on Miles, man. I'm not going to put it all on Miles because I understand Miles is playing for a contract. He's playing in a situation where he's trying to prove his worth. I get it. But that's up to the coaching staff and the organization to define the roles on the team. Because it's not just Miles is doing this now. Terry was stat hunting. Everybody out there in the fourth quarter, everybody just started stat hunting. But I haven't even gotten into the second half yet. And then we got to talk about Liangelo. Oh, yeah, it's real. It's real today. It's real today. Cambria says, yeah, he was like, nah, about Miles telling them about playing fast through them off was not it. I noticed that too. Them playing fast is their best weapon. Look, it's times in the game when you got to slow down, but forget this mythology. They weren't playing fast in the fourth quarter. What happened is they kept playing isolation ball. The Clippers are the number 3 defense in the NBA, and Miles and Gordon couldn't hit shots. That's what happened. And everybody else standing around. And LaMelo had one possession where he took a shot. He got caught up in the air trying to pass the ball. He looked out of sorts, looked terrible on that shot, and threw up a shot at the rim. That's what happens when you don't develop somebody situationally. They look like ass when they get their one opportunity in the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Unoriginal.
Right. So what I was gonna say is that comment where Melo just completely blew off Miles's point about they weren't playing their same kind of pace in the game and whatnot. That was power play. That was a power play because listen, when you watch the Charlotte Hornets, when you've watched them every game this season, what has been the same theme? Miles Bridges trying to play basketball like this is his team. Gordon Hayward trying to play the basketball like this is still his team. It's a lot of players in this team. Not a lot, but it's 2 or 3 players in this team that keep trying to play the game like it's their team when it's not their team. It's not their team. And it's causing so much friction to the point where Lamelo can't even hide it, bro. That interview was so telling, bro. He couldn't hide it. He couldn't hide his frustration. He couldn't hide the fact that let's keep it about. He ain't fucking with them niggas. He ain't fucking with Miles. Miles ain't fucking with him. And we know for damn sure Gordon Hayward ain't fucking with him. Right? And it's apparent when you see Mason Plumlee and Gordon Hayward, that little 2-man game they keep running, that little pack they got. They'd be in the locker room with their little cliques and that. Mason Plumlee and Gordon Hayward be in the corner, right? All the other guys in the in the locker room just be chilling. That the man go sit in a little corner somewhere, be like, hey, it's fuck Lamelo, right? Hey, it's just me and you. Hey, when I got the ball, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Likewise. See me in the post. Hey, Mason Plumlee, I got you. I'm returning the favor. It's the kind of shit we're doing here, bro. There's a lot of power plays going on, bro. There's a lot of guys on the team that want to be the number one, but they're not the number one. And they can't handle the fact that you got a young nigga like Melos coming and taking shit over. Until roles are rubber stamped in this team, that this guy's a number one, this guy's a number two, this guy's a number three. Listen, you're gonna see a lot more press conferences where some questionable shit will be said, and you'll be like, your eyes are gonna start opening up. Me and Rev's eyes already been open.
Wonderfully put, brother. I'm going to read some of the people's comments. Last B says the fourth quarter was eye bleeding. Tell us something that you ain't told a lie all day, Last Beast. I'm waiting on you to lie to me because you ain't lied to me yet. God damn it. Cambria says, hero ball, my turn, your turn. Absolutely. Jay Smitty said, Miles, let that most improved go to his head. I hope not, bro. I hope not. NLE Chakra says, turn out Miles has a huge ego. I told y'all at the beginning of the season, once again, stop this Fantasyland fairy tale bullshit. This is the NBA. This isn't Seton Hall. This isn't St. John's. This ain't Michigan State, Duke. Bro, these players are trying to get paid. Stop trying to sell me on this college basketball shit. Cody Martin got an ego, bro. Everybody got an ego. It's the NBA. So if you don't establish roles on a team, also, have y'all ever heard the saying or the quote, the team takes on the identity of the coach? There's no direction here. There's no strength here. If LaMelo didn't tell James Borrego to challenge that call last night, that call never gets challenged.
You see that shit as well. Melo was pleading, bro. He's like, oh my mama, I ain't touch him. You see him say, yo.
Like, bro, like straight up and down, round and round, in and out. Low key, high key. Everybody talking about bad defense from LaMelo. Where is it? Bro, he was contesting the shot on Paul George. He made Paul George miss the shot. Stop being old media and just copying your notes off of lazy writers, bro. Watch the game. Go back and watch the stream last night and listen to how everything we said unfolded the exact way we said it was going to unfold. How the hell a dude on YouTube know this, but y'all don't? Because you're lazy, you're outdated, and you're stale. And you refuse to go against the grain and use your own eyes. So what you do is you copy off other people's notes and you end up sounding ignorant. We're going to keep it reading. We're going to keep it going. Jay Smitty said, Conversation Talk says, Melo needs to be assertive in the fourth. Miles and Hayward ain't it. Stop deferring. If he does that, he'll be on the bench. Harry Seaton says, if Melo starts acting up, then Jello will lose his G League time and then be left off the season. left off next season. So Melo is stuck. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there yet. Cambria Roberts says, my bad. Cambria says, agree. Did y'all see how he looked at the end of the game? He was upset. He wanted that game in front of his family in his first game home in LA. Man. Abdurrahim Usman says, Miles Bridges playing for a contract is going to cost the Hornets win. He ain't the only one. Khalil Sadiku says, Rev was reading I ain't going to say that. Rev was reading the future in the second half last night. Everything that he said came to fruition. Not everything, but some things did. Alhamdulillah. Slat says, since Terry been back, the Hornets been on a losing streak. How do you feel about that, Rev? Too many people they trying to satisfy. It's not like they're not doing what's best to win. They're trying to get everyone their numbers, everyone their touches. Why do you take everyone out of the game last night when you're losing by 15 with a minute left, but you leave Terry Rozier in?
Rev, can I
So
say
they can
something?
get his numbers.
Rev, can I say something? Quick?
Go ahead, Anna
You
Richard.
know what? I somewhat feel bad for Terry because when you see him on the court, he's actually trying to be a team player. Like, he actually gives up the ball.
No, I don't see that shit.
You know, I don't
No.
maybe I'm seeing something different because me personally, it's not like he's forcing his shots. His shit's just not going in. But I actually feel like he's trying to be a team player, trying to get people touches and whatnot. More so than last season. I just feel like in Terry's case, right, he's just dropped off physically. Like, he looks like how PJ was looking last season. He looks chubby. He looks slow. His first step isn't there. Do you know what I mean? His shots are just hitting back high and hitting the rim. I just feel like he's dropped off physically, personally.
Man, I saw Terry trying to get people involved. I'm not just talking about Melo. I'm talking about period. When he first came back. And it looks like he saw his numbers taking a hit, and now he's forcing everything just like everyone else. But once again, I'm not going to blame Terry because there's been no roles assigned on the team. They're afraid to step on people's toes. That's the problem. Y'all let me know this, though. I got a question. And this question is aimed at the most interesting man in the world because I saw him get frustrated at this last night as well. Are y'all ready for this? Oh, I got a good one. Look, I got lamb, I got quarters, I got shanks, I got wings, I got flats. Everything is on the grill right now.
This fucking bum. We about to get you, boy.
My money, your dollar. Why the fuck is Mason Plumlee playing point guard?
Bro. Tell me. That nigga was looking off Melo, running up point like he's magic, bro. You ain't got shit, mate. Just turnovers on turnovers.
Who empowered Mason Plumlee in the locker room? If you get the ball off the rim, dribble it up the court, not just to beat the 8-second count. No, dribble it up the court and initiate the offense. Who is empowering this style of play? Y'all are talking about who lost the game. Hold on, let me cook for 1 second, Unoriginal.
Go ahead.
Who empowered this? Charlotte, Blue Checks. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all talk a lot of shit on Twitter. Why aren't y'all talking about this? Why aren't y'all talking about Mason Plumlee, who's never been known as anything when it comes to ball handling, distribution, or anything? Why is he getting the ball off the rim? Not one, not two, not three. You get a turnover. 6 or 7 times a game, dribbling into the paint and kicking the ball off. Everything y'all talk about, y'all haven't brought that up once. Who is empowering this logic? I know who's empowering the logic because I heard it last year. We want to play positionless basketball. You don't have the personnel for that shit. Okay? I want to drive my Toyota Corolla like a Lamborghini. It's never going to work. Okay? I would like my Ford Focus to perform like a Maserati. That don't happen. It doesn't have the engine necessary required for this parts, big man. It doesn't matter what you want. You do what you need to do to win. What did goddamn Herm Edwards say? You play to win the game. You don't, we want to play positionless basketball. That's why Mason Plumlee is coming off the rim, dribbling the ball in traffic and kicking it to somebody in the 15th row. You empowered that, coach. You empowered that. Dream. Yes, I saw it. That's why the man is shooting step back fallaways. Y'all are empowering this insanity because you refuse to do what every other organization in the league does, which is give the ball to your young star and let him develop. Let him make good decisions. Let him make bad decisions. Because what would have happened last night if you would have did that? After the first quarter, when they made the adjustment, if you run that goddamn pick and roll with Miles or with Mason or with whatever big you want to run it with, the backside is going to be open because they were overplaying Lamelo. But what you did was Tyronn Lue made an adjustment. He put Terrence Mann, he put Paul George, he put Eric Bledsoe on Lamelo. And instead of going to the pick and roll, you started going to isolation, high post ball with Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges. It slowed down the pace and allowed the third-ranked defense to set up and kick your fucking ass, man. That's what happened, man. Hey, don't get mad at me, man. Unoriginal, go ahead.
Yo, is my mic cool?
Smooth.
All right, cool. James Borrego, you little bum. All right. Cool. So back to what Lamelo said in that interview after the game. And this is why after the game I was so happy. Everybody was angry and shit. Oh, James Borrego needs to go. James Borrego needs to go. Listen, James Borrego's not lasting the season, boy. He ain't lasting the season. And I asked you straight after the game, you think he can last the season? What do you say? Nope.
No, see, I took that question wrong. My bad, bro. I thought you were saying, do I think he's going to be fired this season? No, I don't think he's going anywhere.
You don't think he's going anywhere this season?
No.
Boy,
no.
Boy.
Nope.
If he ain't gone this season, but I don't see him being here next season. I don't see it happening.
See, the problem is more diabolical than that.
I know. Money, man. I'm broke, baby.
I ain't got nothing, baby. I'm broke, baby. You want free agents? I ain't got nothing, baby. The problem is more complicated. And what I feel like Charlotte fans have to prepare themselves for, and what LaMelo fans have to prepare themselves for, is the All-Star break report card is we might have been a year ahead of schedule. And this year is a developmental year. We got a lot of young guys. If you look at our roster, the average age is 24 years old. So we don't have to get everything done in this year. This year was more about development. They about to sell y'all that. That's what they about to sell y'all. I'm telling y'all. They do it. They do it all the time. I watch this all the time in these franchises. They're going to sell you on this glorious rebuild and how they were so young and all of this. Watch what I say. Go ahead, Unoriginal. Keep cooking.
Regardless, right? It's not looking good for James Borrego. And Charlotte fans are waking up. And that's what made me happy. Finally, Charlotte fans who do back the team and all the shitty decisions that the front office make, they're waking up. They're smelling the coffee. James Borrego's not the guy, and he never was the guy. Last season, Brev told you all last season. Everybody in the LitHoUsE told you all last season. I told you guys last season. James Borrego's not the guy. Now you got guys like Mason Plumlee coming into the team, feeling like they got the power to be a point guard, bro. You ain't watched Mason Plumlee back in Portland. You ain't watched Mason Plumlee on his 500 other teams he's been playing on. Where the hell did they ever give him the power to run up with the ball and feed guys in the post? How? He can't even pull off a dribble handoff properly about feed guys in the post. It's a mess everywhere you look, bro. It's a mess everywhere you look. You're empowering guys who just don't have the facilities to make those kind of basketball plays. And where the power comes from is not only JB and Mitch, Rev. You know where else the power's coming from? Gordon Hayward, bro. Because like I said earlier, you're a basketball player, Rev. You know how it is in a locker room. Locker room's got small little cliques within that locker room. You don't think Gordon Hayward and Mason Plumlee be in the corner of that locker room saying, yo, this our time. Whenever I'm in the post, feed me. Whenever you're out on the perimeter, I'm gonna feed you. I ain't looking at no Lamelo. I ain't looking at no last piece. Nah, the original. I still hear the fans tell Gordon Hayward he's the best player on the squad. Nah, bro. Charlotte Hornets fans don't think Gordon Hayward is the guy, bro. They don't think he's the guy, bro. Ask Rev. Rev goes to the games every day. The people will tell you themselves what they think of Gordon Hayward. James Borrego is sinking, and he's sinking fast. And let me know why let me know why James Borrego, of all the shit basketball we see on the court, it's always Melo he singles out. Yeah, you got 130 million pound guy in Gordon Hayward, and he ain't said jack shit about him. He ain't said a damn word about him. Tell Rev, let me know why that is, bro. The company line, isn't it?
Easy target.
Rev, please finish James Borrego for me, bro. Before I go X-rated.
Because he started really hot in the first half. And then is there a development maybe you want to see from him in some of those late game situations when you guys are struggling to score?
I think those are two areas of growth for him. Being more disciplined, not fouling, especially early. I think he can be a little more disciplined in those areas, not getting foul trouble as much. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to make winning plays. At times, those can be undisciplined plays. His growth will come in these last 6 minutes, and that's where a lot of these NBA games are won. We have a 20-year-old that's just starting to scratch the surface here in the NBA, and how he manages those last 6 minutes are important. And he was a big part of that. We subbed him when we were up 9. That's not on him. There's just a lot of growth for him in those moments, how to manage into game situations, and so. Every one of those.
You Charlotte Hornets fans, you lot keep letting James Borrego on. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. But watch James Borrego and Mitch Kupchak and Michael Jordan keep fucking around with this kid, turn him into a pass first. You know what I'm saying? Nothing extravagant, just a run-of-the-mill point guard. You're not gonna come in the season and be like, hey, yo, they took my little man, B. I can't function, B. They took my little man, B.
Hold on, let me play this back.
That's just starting to scratch the surface here in the NBA, and how he manages those last 6 minutes are important. And he was a big part of that. We subbed him when we were up 9. That's not on him. There's just a lot of growth for him in those moments, how to manage into game situations. And
Coach Borrego, what do you mean by that? Joski, when you say manage those minutes, those times in the game, what do you mean by that? Because in that stretch that you guys went cold, the majority of the offense was run through Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges, who came crashing back down to earth. So I'm going to ask you one more time. What do you mean by that? Charlotte Media, I need you guys to ask, we as the fans would like tougher questions. We're consumers. We buy tickets. We buy merchandise. We're allowed to ask these questions. Don't try to paint us as some villainous squadron that's just out here nut hugging Lamelo like you want to try to do. We're asking, common sense questions. Lamelo needs to manage those minutes better, but the ball wasn't in his hand other than one possession where he threw up a wild shot. Other than that, the offense was running through Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges. Oh, and let's not forget about out of the timeout, the isolation offense that you drew up for, hold on, wait, Kelly Oubre Jr. You took a
Lord
time.
have mercy.
You took a timeout when the Clippers were on a run to draw up offense on the left wing. I watch basketball, family. You drew up an isolation drive play for Kelly Oubre Jr., but you did not draw up an isolation drive play for your best dribbling and passing player on the team. Make it make sense. If Kelly Oubre Jr. drives, and this is not his fault, he's not a passer. So once he gets down in the paint against the number 3 defense in the NBA at the time of the game, he has no options but to try to score the basketball or commit a turnover. So no, sir. Coach, I reject your deposit respectfully. You need to manage the game better. You went to the guys that you felt like are the number 1 and 2 offense, options on offense, and they couldn't score a bucket. They couldn't score a drop of water in a bucket in a rainstorm. That's what happened. This gaslighting and throwing Lamelo under the bus as an organization that has not had a bona fide superstar ever in the history of your organization. I don't think it's smart to keep coming out and saying these things. Every question doesn't need an answer, coach. Sometimes it's better to say no comment. Sometimes it's better to light a fire under the media's ass. Lamelo played fine. What are you asking? What are you insinuating? He played fine. I think he played great under the circumstance. Look, it looks like he had 21 points tonight. In limited action, he hit all his free throws. Sure, he made a few mistakes, but who doesn't? Next question. That's how you answer that goddamn question. You don't have to take the bait every time. Especially when you're on a 5-game losing streak on the road with a young team. You don't want to give the media a chance to come back and ask Lamelo, oh, well, coach says you could do a better job managing those minutes. So now you got a player that's already mad about losing, and you're giving the media ammunition for your guy to take a shot at you in front of everyone. Now it's all over the net. How is it that I know this shit on YouTube, but you guys don't know it? Make it make sense. So now the reporter goes back and he does his job. Oh, well, Coach JB said you could do a better job in the fourth quarter managing those situations. What do you think about that, Lamelo? Do you think you need to do a better job in the fourth quarter? Now you've given them clickbait material. And whatever wedge is in the locker room, if there is one, or whatever division, it's getting juicy.
Yeah, it's still locked in, you gotta have the next game attitude. So we're looking forward to the next game and try to get a win right there.
Your coach is saying maybe foul trouble discipline is an issue, an area of improvement possibly for you. Did you feel like you got thrown off by some of the fouls tonight and get the third one quick? And then
Yeah, for sure. The third one quick hurt. I don't even remember the first 2 for real. So I gotta go back and watch, see what it was.
And then he was also saying he thinks an area of development for you is controlling the game, controlling the action in the fourth quarter. Do you feel the same way? I mean, do you think that's kind of a next step for you?
Nah, I feel like I just got to be in there longer for the fourth quarter. You feel me? I feel like I came in a little late at the game. If not, I feel like we could just let the squad go and that was going.
Chaba. And this is how it starts. Now, I will say this, unoriginal. If a rift becomes public between those two, then you can see something happen this year. I don't like the energy of this team. I don't like the way they're functioning in tight situations. I don't like that they're doing things out of character. What I saw the coaching staff doing at the beginning of the game Like when they were acting all hype and lit, I was like, yo, like what, why? Like when you're a young team, you need stable. You need even kill. And when mistakes happen, doesn't matter who it is, from star guy to bench guy, if you're going to be a hard ass, you need that consistency to be shown in front of those young players. Because if you don't show that consistency, the young players are going to start tuning you out. We cooking this morning. I hope y'all can smell the barbecue. Somebody's in Germany. I hope you can smell it over there. We cooking this morning. Unoriginal, what are your thoughts about LaMelo's post-game interview?
As I've said already, you say the young players might start tuning them out. I already feel like LaMelo's started that process of tuning them out. Because we've never heard Melo come out in clear defiance of Borrego's comments before. Not like this. To come out and say, no, I don't think that's where it was. I don't think I was disciplined or whatnot. I just think I need to play more, bro. I just think I need to play more in the fourth. Simple as that, full stop. That was a clear message. Again, that whole interview from LaMelo was a power play. From Miles Bridges to James Borrego. It was a power play. It was a power play. Listen, it's not looking good. And this is why I asked you what I asked you last night after the game. Do you think Borrego lasts the season? I don't know if he does, because I don't see this getting any better. I don't see this rift. I don't see the tension fanning out because you have a Miles Bridges who's head down, shamelessly just stat padding, stat chasing. You got a Gordon Hayward who's broken, finished. That's still hunting points.
Hold on. So you're saying unequivocally, you feel like Miles Bridges is stat chasing?
Hell yeah. 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 He's trying. Listen.
Your audio went out, bro. You're going to have to come back out and come back in. Shout out to Netta. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to New Media Gang, man. Yeah. I'm going to tell y'all my perception. Well, there's some more things I want to go over in the game. Then I'll talk about what I saw in the post games. But let's talk about the game a little bit more. Y'all show love to the Cash App. If you're just coming into the stream, make sure you take your shoes off. Subscribe to the vibe. Subscribe to the tribe. Support the dream. Support the stream. Join the team. New Media Gang. All right. Y'all make sure y'all show some love to the Cash App. Doesn't matter if it's $2, $4, $5. We working. We're not monetized. This is how we get busy. Thank y'all for the people by the people. I tried to warn y'all about this before it happened. Anybody that was on the stream last week, before they went on the road, I tried to warn y'all about this before it happened. Now, y'all talk in the chat. We were interactive. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it, class. All of y'all are New Media. All of y'all are LitHoUsE. Shout out to y'all, right? Were y'all on the stream with me, Brother Bartran, and Tap into Love for Who Culture and Unoriginal last week before this road trip? Do y'all remember that? Does anybody in the chat remember what we said before this road trip? Huh? Y'all remember? I said, let's look on the screen. Warriors, ass whooping. I said Kings, ass whooping. I said Clippers, ass whooping. My. We not even close to done. Lakers tonight. All them Lakers jokes y'all got. Oh, that's so funny. Ass whooping. Grizzlies, ass whooping. When they play the Knicks in Charlotte, ass whooping. Unless major changes are made, ass whooping. I want to deal with what's on the court right now. Like, I don't want to deal with the ball verse. I don't want to deal with the emotions and the feelings and what we think should happen. Let's just deal with what's on the court. So when our opposition comes to the LitHoUsE, we can break them down and surgically remove them. Turning point in the game. The Clippers go on a run in the second quarter when LaMelo goes out the game. LaMelo comes back in the game. They start to stabilize a little bit more. I noticed the offense is starting to go away from LaMelo. LaMelo starts to play erratic. Even though he has 17 points, he started to play erratic. He started to look out of sorts. He's playing a lot of ISO ball at the top of the key, step back shooting threes. That's fine. That's going to happen as a young player. You call a timeout. You say, LaMelo, you're going right now, but we're going to make sure you're under control. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a high pick and roll for you, all right? Because a lot of the defense is keyed in on you right now. So we're going to run a high pick and roll play, the same play that they ran for Terry and Miles in the fourth quarter. We're going to run for you in the second quarter right now, and we're going to start getting you involved distribution-wise. Just because they're trying to counter you on offense and take you out the game, we're not going to allow them to do that because they understand you're our best chance at winning. So they're trying to shut you down because they think if they shut you down, they're going to beat our ass, which they did. So run a high pick and roll, and you tell LaMelo, you hit the corner hard. Don't shoot a floater. You get in the lane and make something happen. If Miles is open on the backside, you throw the lob on the backside. If it's not there, Terry Rozier will be rotating up for three at the top of the key. If that's not there, the fourth option on this play is Gordon Hayward in the corner for three. This shit is not that hard, man. This shit is not that hard. And if you hit a couple people on that play, on possessions, you know what the Clippers are going to do? Do you know? The Clippers are going to start overplaying the pass, which are going to open the lanes right back up for LaMelo. You don't just go away from what you're trying to do because a coach makes a counter move. They don't do that with any other star in the league. That was the turning point of the game when the Clippers got back into it because they started to go to the high post to Miles and Gordon Hayward. Now the Clippers defense is better set on the wings because they got five guys looking at Miles and Gordon operating in limited space, which is 15 feet. 15 feet is not like 25 feet out. When you're 25 feet out and you're probing the defense, you can get into the lane, penetrate, and kick out. If you're trying to operate and cross over at 15 feet and you're driving into a cluttered lane and they have their hands in the passing lane, all you can do is force a difficult shot. Am I cooking today, y'all? Can I get my flowers, God damn it? This shit is not hard. If you start running that play and you start kicking it out, now those other guys that are pressing to get their shot off, they're happy because they're being fed. So now they're playing with another level of intensity on defense. The Clippers are going to counter by starting to get out on the shooters because the shooters are killing them. So now LaMelo can start back cooking, and he ends the second quarter with about 27 to 30 points. It's a historical night for Charlotte on the road. It can change the momentum of your franchise that is sinking right now. This shit ain't hard. At what point do you decide to come out of that zone defense, James Borrego? LaMelo cannot guard the entire perimeter. This is the NBA. The floor is spread out. LaMelo cannot guard the entire goddamn perimeter. So all of it, every three-point shot that's given up cannot be on LaMelo. I'm sorry, Charlotte Hornet fans. I know that's what old media told you. They gave y'all those clip notes because they want y'all to have somebody to blame. But, bro, if he's on the left wing on a 1-3-1, if he's on the left wing on a 2-3, he should not be guarding the right wing. So how is it that Luke Kennard is looking like the second coming of Steph Curry last night? Terrence Mann is looking like the second coming of Klay Thompson. They're on opposite wings, fam. That can't all be LaMelo. So at some point, you got to man up and play defense. But I know why you can't do that. See, I know the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. The truth is this. You can't man up because Terry Rozier is undersized and y'all keep trying to gas us on his defense. I really watched the game. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. He's undersized and the wings on the Clippers are tall as shit. Terrence Mann, Paul George. So when they switch the ball to the opposite end of the court, now you have an isolation play with Paul George on Terry Rozier. On the backside, Mason Plumlee was getting killed, but the backup center, since y'all want to blame somebody for y'all getting y'all ass whooped last night, I'm going to tell y'all the name y'all need to be mad at. And shout out for that Cash App, brother. I'm about to show y'all the name you need to be upset with right now, since you just got to blame somebody. This is who killed you defensively. Mason Plumlee and Miles Bridges killed you defensively. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm about to give you a name. And everybody that's a Charlotte Hornet fan, a LaMelo Ball supporter, anybody, I'm about to say a name and y'all tell me if this guy killed them last night or not. Since y'all want to blame somebody. See, everybody that supports LaMelo is not just supporting him off of emotion. A lot of us do watch skill and we appreciate skill, just like we appreciate other players in the game. Don't do us. Don't do us. This dude, I don't even know this cat's name for real. I'm not even going to pretend like I do. Isaiah Hartenstein came in the second quarter and was abusing y'all.
But that nigga got like 6 points in like 40 seconds, bro.
That's the facts. He is the guy, exactly, Netta. He's the guy in the second quarter that changed the flow of the game. LaMelo does not play center. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna have to come up with a better excuse. This dude was beating Mason Plumlee like he stole something. He was beating Miles Bridges because you playing Miles Bridges at the 4 like he stole something. The reason why the Clippers got so many backside rebounds, because you're playing a 6'6" guy against Zubac and Hartenstein, whoever the hell he is. That's the truth. Teddy Truth. Teddy Truth. This is what happened. This is what happened, brother. This is what happened. Stop telling us. Do not tell us these things about Lamelo. Lamelo does not play the center. He does not play the center, brother. What are you talking about? This nonsense. This is coca. This is nonsense. I'm serious, man. But y'all just say this stuff on Twitter and y'all don't think nobody gonna push back because y'all think the people that support the Ball family are all a bunch of emotional idiots that make crazy ass shit on their channels. That's only 99%. It's some real ones that actually watch the game. Ain't no clickbait over here. Last time I checked, LaMelo don't play the center. So how is this guy Frankenstein coming off the bench and whooping y'all ass like you stole something? Look, this is how basketball works, okay? For everybody that's blaming LaMelo defensively. You got a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, right? When you play a 1-3-1, the point guard is at the top of the key, right? And everyone else is spread out in the base, 3 in the center, 1 on the backside. Can I cook them this morning? Do y'all have a problem with the sound of barbecue early in the morning? Okay, so each player has a percentage of the court that they are in charge of defending. So if the offense has a guard, another guard, and a small forward that's usually on the set on the wing, right? And the key. If Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, and Eric Bledsoe are on the court at the same time, and Terrence Mann and Luke Kennard are going back and forth shooting threes, how the hell is that all LaMelo? Man, come on, man. Y'all lazy as hell. Y'all not even trying no more. That's what killed them in the fourth quarter. They were running their zone defense. They weren't running a 1-3-1. They was running a 2-3 with man principles. Miles would have to go down to try to double up on the center to get the rebound. LaMelo will be out on the wing by himself. So LaMelo's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to defend the whole perimeter. Terry Rozier's just out there at this point. He's just out there. The reason why LaMelo gets so many fouls is because the rest of your team refuses to play defense because nobody's trying to get a foul. I saw Miles, and shout out to Miles, bro. I know some of y'all listen to this show. I know for a fact. I got to keep it real, though. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I got to keep it real. I saw a play in the fourth quarter when Miles had to take a foul. He got mad for taking a foul. Unoriginal, am I lying?
No. Nope.
The man got mad because he had to give up a foul. Go ahead, cook, man. Cook.
Listen, I told you, and you asked me earlier, do I think Miles playing for his stats? Chasing stats? Of course he is, bro. He's playing for himself, bro. Same way Gordon Hayward was playing for himself. This is why Melo keeps getting in foul trouble, because Melo is willing to pick up them fouls. He shouldn't have to. He's a star player. But he does that because he's a team player, because he actually wants to win. But there are guys on his team that don't want to win. I don't see Miles. Miles Bridges, to me, this season doesn't look like a man that wants to win. Really and truly. He doesn't look like a man that wants to win. He looks like a man that wants his stats, wants to get paid. I understand it's a contract year. But like you said with the big, that Frankenstein guy, he killed them. He had 6 points in like 40 seconds. Mason Plumlee finished the game with 2 points and like 6 rebounds, bro. The nigga tried to hit a step back midi. Hit nothing but the front line. Every game the Charlotte Hornets go into, every big they come up against, whether good, bad, average, it doesn't matter. They're putting up double-digit rebounds, double-digit points on probably about 65 to 70% from the field. How can you win like that? How can you win like that? Every team opposed big is eating against you. Every team's 4 is eating against you because you have undersized guys playing the 4. And you have straight bums. You have the worst.
Your mic messing up, bro. Your mic messing up.
At your 5.
Say something real quick. Nah, the mic is doing right now. You got to come in and come out. I'm going to read some of y'all comments, man. I'm going to read some of y'all comments. Come in and come back out on original. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. When you come into the LitHoUsE, take your shoes off. Y'all know the rules. Take your shoes off when you come in the crib. We're cooking this morning. We got some good barbecue for y'all. For y'all that are not subscribed to the channel, when we say bring snacks, that means subscribe to the channel. Don't come to the party without any party favors in the LitHoUsE. We're in the LitHoUsE tonight. We're in the LitHoUsE today. I'm sorry. And we're going to be in the LitHoUsE tonight streaming the Lakers game. Yeah, it's real. So everybody that's here, y'all pull back up for the best commentary on basketball on YouTube. Let me read some of these things. Dream of a Star says, ATR says, tell the truth, you're not winning a game when your center plays 25 minutes and gets only 2 points and 6 rebounds. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke story. Nutter says, chef it up. The Road to 2 Milli says, they supposedly didn't draft off need, but doesn't even play the best player available. I swear to God. I mean, the best player available that they drafted. Nicole Power says, I feel like a lot of people watch highlights and look at stats only. The coach knows this, so he only says, he says what he wants. It's deeper than that. Really, we live in the age of social media, herd mentality, sheepism. And the narrative about Lamelo is that he doesn't play defense. I'm here to tell you, nobody on this goddamn team plays defense. You know, you don't get to be the worst rated team in basketball defensively. The Hornets are the number 30 team in the NBA when it comes to defense, total defense. One player does not do that, fam. So come on, bro. He doesn't even play enough minutes to impact you that way. That's a joke. Stop playing with me. Steph Curry has sucked on defense since he came into the league. I never hear about it. Stop playing with me. Road to 2 Milli says, and send Kai to the G League by Thanksgiving break. I don't understand why he ain't there now. Bobby Bishop says, this coach won't last. DKY Rock says, something sketchy going on with Melo. I mean, I swear there's something sketchy going on with Jello. Hornets needs to be exposed. We're going to get into that a little bit. I think it's some politics going on. Yeah, man. Y'all hit the like button. Show love to the Cash App. Subscribe to the Vibe. Subscribe to the channels. We will be live tonight for the Lakers game. We're going to keep cooking. We're going to keep working. Sometimes it's hard. This is the best chance they got to win is tonight on this road trip. Yeah, I know there's some rumblings going on in that organization after those press conferences last night. There's some texts going out. There's some meetings going on. Hey, yo, you good, Melo? I mean, is everything good? Like, believe that. I told y'all when y'all was trying to sell me on this college basketball shit. Oh, they're a team and it's the coach. I said, man, yo, agents come to these guys after every game and check with them. Y'all better wake up and smell the entertainment. Some of y'all worship at the throne of LeVar Ball. Didn't he tell y'all it's entertainment? So why y'all think a league that makes over billions of dollars every year, y'all don't think is big money behind this shit? This ain't college. This is not college. DKM in the building. What going? What the going? Come on up, man. We having some riveting conversations tonight. Yeah, it's some text going on today. You better believe that. It's some team meetings going on today. Don't be surprised if you hear about a damn team meeting or a players only meeting. That's what it's about to start being. Borrego and Lamelo have a conversation. Now, I want to talk about, we talked enough about the X's and O's. The strategy was ass. The strategy was ass. I'm not even going to argue that. I'm not going to argue why you go from a fast pace in the first quarter, a guy taking you to the promised land in the first quarter, to Tyrone Lue making the adjustment, and instead of you countering his adjustment, we're going to go to Gordon Miles. You're going to play into their hands and match up against Paul George in the paint with Miles Bridges? Are you crazy? You're going to put Gordon Hayward against Terrence Mann? Are you crazy? Like, what are you doing? But enough of that. I want to talk about this post-game press conference from James Borrego. Shout out to the three-point conversion. That's the audio you're hearing when we play it. It is from the three-point conversion. Make sure y'all subscribe to the tribe. Shout out to my brother Barch in the Blue Flame. I'm going to play this James Borrego soundbite one more time, and I'm going to tell y'all what I hear when I hear this man talking, because I don't hear what y'all hear. I felt like he was pressing before the game. I damn sure think he's pressing now. All right, I'm about to play the audio. Y'all hit the like button. Pay attention. We about to dissect this. Then we moving on to Jello's weekend.
You want to see from him in some of those late game situations when you guys are struggling to score?
I think those are two areas of growth for him. Being more disciplined, not fouling, especially early. I think he can be a little more disciplined in those areas, not getting foul trouble as much. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to make winning plays. At times, those can be undisciplined plays. His growth will come in these last 6 minutes. And that's where a lot of these NBA games are won. We have a 20-year-old that's just starting to scratch the surface here in the NBA, and how he manages those last 6 minutes are important. And he was a big part of that. We subbed him when we were up 9. That's not on him. There's just a lot of growth for him in those moments, how to manage in the game situations, and so every one of those that happens, he'll just get better and better from there. You got to go through it. You got to go through the fire to get better. So, and he will.
Looking ahead a couple of years, where do you think he can be in those kinds of situations, given his specific skills?
Well, he understands the game at a high level, so his good feel. His IQ's got to continue to grow as far as his NBA IQ. And I think once he gets that, it's going to be a very dangerous combination because he's got natural feel. Now you add the basketball IQ, the NBA IQ. That's just going to take him to another level. Guys like Kyle Lowry's been in the league 15 years. Chris Paul's been doing this for how long? 15 plus years. And they're at their level now. He's just going to take some time here. And he absorbs a lot of information. That's what I like about him, is that he can absorb information and process it and apply it. So I trust that that'll happen sooner rather than later.
What do you think happened in the fourth quarter to you guys there? Where you guys were able to kind of score and kind of went dry there?
Well, we got up by 9, 6 points, 6 minutes to go. I'll take that any day. Up 9. They made shots and we didn't. I think at the end of the day, I'll watch the film and see what happened. But they came down. They had a 5-point possession.
All right. Show some love to the Cash App, hit the like button. I'm about to tell y'all some real, man. I hear a coach, and a lot of y'all are not going to agree with what I'm about to say. I hear a coach. Yeah, it's time to be rev. That is trying to balance a line of keeping a budding star happy and not saying the wrong thing to get on his bad side and not exposing the front office. That ain't what I heard, Millie Rock. No. I didn't hear that. And I do hear the blame, but I need y'all to think bigger than this. He's blaming him while giving him credit, while at the same time saying things like, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. This is a guy with no nation. This is a guy with no fallback. This is a guy that is a bridge coach. He knows damn well they're being out-rebounded. He knows they're undermanned inside. But when I hear him say, it's not like he came out and said, okay, well, LaMelo came in 6 minutes and we lost the lead and he's just going to have to do better. No, he sounds like he is walking a tightrope. Thank you, Bald on Live Podcast. It sounds like he's walking a tightrope. He wants to reprimand LaMelo and he wants to see him make these improvements, but he don't want to piss off LaMelo. And he also knows his personnel issues on the back, but he don't want to say what's going on with the personnel. That ain't going to end well. And Melo's not like a lot of other players, man. He's a maverick. A lot of players, the only other player that's that young that I feel like would have came out and said what LaMelo said last night, shout out to the three-point conversion, is Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards would say something like that. Anthony Edwards and LaMelo are the only two players I know in the NBA that are that young that would have came out and said what LaMelo said. Absolutely. Absolutely. That was damning audio, and I'm going to play it again from LaMelo. To me, James Borrego is trying to please too many people. He's trying to please Gordon Hayward. He's trying to please Miles Bridges. He's trying to coddle P.J. Washington, who's out of sorts right now. He's trying to get Terry Rozier going. He's trying to keep the front office happy. He's trying to develop LaMelo and teach LaMelo, yes, you got everything. You got all the goods. There's nothing I can tell you, but I got to try to find a way to teach you how to play, in my mind, organizational structured basketball. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go read the article written by Kevin Mahoney in The Ringer. He says the same thing that I just said in The Ringer. The guy is so good. How do you coach him? I have to find a balance of trying to coach him, but not stopping him from being who he is. Yeah. So that doesn't sound confident. If I'm picking up on that, those young players hear that, okay, well, you reprimanding him, but you saying it's not his fault. But I just saw Gordon and Miles go on a 5-minute stretch where the offense was running through them and they couldn't produce. And he's an NBA player, so you better believe every player on that bench is thinking, if you put me in the game, I can do better than them. You hear that? You see that? He is walking a very, very fine line. And when your budding star player, LaMelo's a maverick, he's not like other ones. He's not going to just let you throw him under the bus. I'm going to play the audio with LaMelo talking about Miles, and I'm going to play the audio with LaMelo talking about what James Borrego said. They asked him about what Miles said, and these reporters are slick. They doing their job. This is what they do, especially on losing streaks. Why are you asking me about what my teammate said? If that's what he said, that's what he said. It ain't got nothing to do with me. He stand on that. He said that. I respect what he said, but, ask him. Don't ask me. This is the slick stuff they do. And then they get mad at you when you have an opinion about something. The reporters try to scoff at you and look down on you when you buying the tickets, when you up there supporting the team, but they can ask questions that are divisive. I'm cooking today, goddammit. I'm cooking today. Asking questions that they know are going to cause division in the locker room. But they get mad at you when you have your opinion on Twitter and all you do is support. Let's get into it.
I'd probably say, I don't know. I feel like we had a good league going and they did a little couple subs and just cut down. So.
Yeah, Miles said you guys got sped up. Like the Clippers made you guys play a little faster than you want to in the fourth quarter. Is that what you saw too? Like you guys weren't playing within your normal flow of offense out there?
Nah, I feel like we always play fast. So, yeah, I don't know on that one.
And then this is you guys 4 straight losses. That 5-1 start.
Yeah.
Just how's the team psyche right now as you guys try to finish this road trip here now?
Yeah, it's still locked in, you know, gotta have the next game attitude. So we're looking forward to the next game and try to get a win right there.
Your coach is saying maybe foul trouble discipline is an issue, an area of improvement possibly for you. Did you feel like you got thrown off by some of the fouls tonight and getting the third one quick? And then
Yeah, for sure the third one quick hurt. I don't even remember the first 2 for real. So I gotta go back and watch, see what it was.
And he was also saying he thinks an area of development for you is controlling the game, controlling the action in the fourth quarter. Do you feel the same way? I mean, do you think that's kind of a next step for you?
Nah, I feel like I just got to be in there longer for the fourth quarter. You feel me? I feel like I came in a little late at the game. Now I feel like we could just let the squad go and know what's going.
Borrego, I was taught young, as a young man, if you ain't going to be all the way in a fight, don't take your ass out there to that yard. You out there trying to toe lines and you can't serve too many masters, man. You trying to keep too many people happy. You a young coach. This is a young team. Shout out to PATTC push. Shout out. JB doesn't have the stones to lead this team without stepping on the toes. They're a young team. Like you said, they need consistency. Trouble. It's trouble. Y'all see how quick Sugar turned to shit? But really, these sins were committed in the off season. When they didn't upgrade the personnel, I knew they was doomed then. Do y'all see how the Cleveland fucking Cavaliers are playing? Everybody was joking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, they gave Jared Allen $100 million. Oh, they got 7-footers. The Cleveland Cavaliers coming off of whooping the New York Knicks ass in Madison Square Garden, because that's how the Knicks win a lot of their games, with length. So a team like the Cavs are a matchup nightmare for them. But hold on. The Cleveland Cavaliers are coming off of a 126-109 win against the New York Knicks. Let me read some of these numbers. Jared Allen, 8 for 15, 17 goddamn rebounds, because they went out in free agency and didn't go get Gordon Hayward. They went and got Jared Allen and spent money on him. 18 points, 8 for 15, 34 minutes played. Lord have mercy. One of the 7-footers, plus 17. Evan Mobley, rookie, 11 for 15, another 7-footer, 6'11". 11 for 15, 26 points, plus 26. Netted you 9 rebounds. Between him and Jared Allen, you got damn near 30 rebounds. The sin was made. Oh, yeah, Jared Allen is an all-star player to me this year. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. As a center, he's an all-star this year. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. This is a team that built and spent money in free agency, and they're reaping the results. They're reaping the benefits. Ricky Rubio, Rubio. They saw Ricky Rubio cooking, and they said, look, we're going to start running the offense through you, Ricky. Deal how you see fit. Get others involved, but score if they allow you to, because they feel like you will pass first. Ricky Rubio. 13 for 19, 31 minutes, 8 from 9 from 3, 37 points, 10 assists. Lord have mercy. Y'all telling me Lamelo is not better than Ricky Rubio, y'all? Come on, man. This shit ain't hard. The New York Knicks are 7-4 in the East. I mean the Cleveland Cavs. Let me go through these standings, Charlotte. because I had a lot of people. I remember your name now, brother. And you could come on out of hiding. We still got love for you. Max Statton. You was the one that was in here talking about some. We 4-1 now. Ish and Cody balling. We 4-1. I said, bro, y'all gonna be in the lottery, bro. What are you talking about? You're gonna be in the lottery. Unless you develop your stars, you're gonna be in the lottery. I ain't seen that, brother, since they started getting their ass whooped. We still love you, brother. Come out the witness protection program. You're still welcome in the LitHoUsE. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the tribe. If you're a new subscriber, if you're a new listener, thank you in advance for subscribing to the best thing smoking on YouTube. We will be streaming tonight for the Lakers game versus the Hornets. It's going to be a late one. Get you something to drink, get you something to smoke and drink responsibly. Have a good time with the family talking about this game. We'll be right here. I'm not going to tell y'all what time because y'all jock the style. This is the standings in the East. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who everybody was joking on, are 6 in the East. Teams are starting to pull away now. They are 6 in the East at 7-4. The New York Knicks, who they beat, are 7 in the East at 6-4. The Toronto Raptors are 6-5. The Toronto Raptors are a matchup nightmare for the Charlotte Hornets. They got about 3 or 4 guys that are 6'8" to 6'9" to 6'7" that are not just bodies. They're athletic and they're strong with grown men bodies that can switch every time Lamelo tries to do something. They can switch Anunoby on Lamelo. They can switch Scotty Barnes on Lamelo. Hell, sometimes you can switch Pascal on Lamelo. You can switch Pascal Siakam on Lamelo. They are a matchup nightmare for the Charlotte Hornets. That's the 8th seed right now, family. In case you didn't know, the Milwaukee Bucks are behind Charlotte in the 10th seed. Does anybody in their right mind think that's going to stay that way? So that means 9 times out of 10, Toronto going to be the 9th seed. Charlotte is fighting and clawing to stay a realistic 10th seed. Take your shoes off when you come in the building and hit the like button. It's trouble. They need to win tonight. No, Malik, I gotta do it because it must be done. Go back and look at my Charlotte Hornet. It still should be up there. Charlotte Hornet season prediction. Even when they was winning. Because I did it when the season started. I said, this team going to the lottery. They're gonna struggle to make the play-in. I said they may be in the play-in. I said they're gonna be in the play-in, they're gonna lose by 30. And then I brought it back. I said, no, they should play inspired basketball because they got whopped last year. So if they go to the play-in, they may lose by a little bit less. Y'all got the 76ers on the back-to-back, player. I'm going to break down the schedule, then I promise you I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Long time. I'm moving on. I'm going to move on to Liangelo Ball. I'm going to come out with merch, brother, when I put in more work, man. I don't want to just sell to people no bullshit. I got to put in the work. I got to earn that. Okay, so they got the Lakers tonight. Ass whooping. Because I don't know who the hell matching up with Anthony Davis. I hope to God and I don't wish injury on this man. I hope to God he out for Charlotte's sake. But it's so bad in Charlotte right now. And so many people get up to play them. The Lakers might beat their ass without Anthony Davis, man. Memphis, complete, utter destruction, ass whooping. Y'all never play good against Memphis. Steven Adams, a.k.a. Aquaman, is going to be moving like water around there, throwing people around. Jared Jackson going to have a field day. Ja Morant wants to destroy Lamelo every time he sees him now. Ja Morant might have 50. Then you got New York, who is in desperate need of some wins. You get them at home, but Lamelo has fits with Nerlens Noel in the paint. So that can go either way. RJ Barrett gets up for that game. I'd love to see the Miles Bridges versus Julius Randle matchup. We got an intruder. We got an intruder alert in the building. In the building. Hit the like button. It's the one, the only. Number one in your hearts. DKM. How you feeling today, DKM?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
Hungry than a motherfucker. But I'm going to make it. Let me finish reading the schedule, and we definitely want to hear your thoughts about last night. All right, so after New York, you got an easy team after New York. You only play the best team in basketball, which is the Golden State Warriors, who are 7-1 right now, 8-1, playing an 8-game home stretch, which is unheard of after coming off of 4 days of rest. So after that, you got another easy game, the Washington Wizards, who are like number 4 in the East right now. I call them the real Suicide Squad. The old men that nobody wanted. Then you get, Orlando, which used to be an easy game until Cole Anthony became the second coming of goddamn Lou Williams. Dropping 30 a night. Every time I look up, Cole Anthony got 30. Then you get to play Anthony Edwards in the Minnesota Timberwolves. You got to win that. You play the Houston Rockets, you got to win that, but Jalen Green is going to have his way with y'all. Then you get to go play Zach LaVine's team in Chicago. Then you get to play in Milwaukee. Y'all match up well against Atlanta. Then you get to play the 76ers back-to-back. Yeah. So we could be looking really at a 10 and 16 record real quick. Maybe worse than that. DKM, after watching that game last night and everything that has come out since it, Miles Bridges' comments about the fourth quarter that LaMelo retorted, James Borrego's comments about LaMelo's firing back. What is your feelings about the state of the team and the state of that game last night? What are you thinking, bro? Keep it real with us.
Well, I've not heard LaMelo's response. I was tuning into the stream and I heard what Borrego said, and I heard you alluding to Anthony Edwards being the only other player that would respond in a way like that. What is it exactly that LaMelo said? Do you have the soundbite? If not, just fill me in.
No, brother. We came prepared with clips from the 3-point conversion. Here you go.
Your coach is saying maybe foul trouble discipline is an issue, an area of improvement possibly for you. Did you feel like you got thrown off by some of the fouls tonight and getting the third one quick?
Yeah, for sure. The third one quick hurt. I don't even remember the first two for real, so I gotta go back and watch, see what it was.
And he was also saying he thinks an area of development for you is controlling the game, controlling the action in the fourth quarter. Do you feel the same way? I mean, do you think that's kind of a next step for you?
Nah, I feel like I just got to be in there longer for the fourth quarter. You feel me? I feel like I came in a little late at the game. Now I feel like we could just let the squad go and that was going.
Were you able to hear that?
I hear it.
Yeah, it's getting ugly. The floor is yours, bro. Cook and tell us what you're thinking about everything that you're seeing on the court, and now that this is starting to happen in the media.
Well, what I think really gives us some extra context with what's going on is what's happening in Greensboro as well. I think that gives us and we were talking about this, Rev. It can't always be the coaches. It can't always be Borrego. It can't be the Summer League coach and now the G League coach Jordan Sorenkamp. The only common denominator among the Summer League team, the Hornets team, and the Greensboro Swarm is Mitch Kupchak. So I get the impression that a lot of this comes from him in regards to the just weirdness, for lack of a better word, in regards to not only Lamelo's minutes, but also Liangelo's minutes as well, which we're evidently seeing. I don't understand how, like, in regards to the Summer League, it's like, okay, you know, the guy's maybe the third or fourth best player behind the draft picks. Yeah. Okay, we can justify him coming off the bench because he's not played basketball in a very long time. Rev, I've seen two things from the G League, and up until that most recent game. We saw Jello clearly look like the best player from open practice. When you were there, you saw it live. Clearly, like, damn near didn't miss a shot. Had like 6 assists. And then we saw the 22-point game in 20-odd minutes off the bench. How the next game do you play 13 minutes if you've scored 22 points on like 9 of 12 shooting, and in the only open practice that we did get to see, you were the best player? It's the same. It's a parallel that you're seeing with the Lamelo and the Hornets, and also now Jello with Greensboro. It's the Ball brother bias, or whatever it may be, that people have talked about, and it's been laughed off as a conspiracy theory. It's odd. No other young player in the league with Lamelo's status, Rookie of the Year, it's as if he's a rookie this season. It's as if they're still treating him like a rookie. Like, he's been there a year now. He's a second-year player. All of this, yeah, he's only 20. He's 20, but he's also the best player on the team. Forget his age. Does coach ever come out and say anything about what Gordon doesn't do well? Or Gordon needs to do this differently? Does Borrego ever say that? Or is every press conference just all about teaching the young guys this? Because the young guys, while talented, don't do this way. Like, I just don't quite understand the... It's like they're trying to censor his game and the way he plays and the way he does things. Is Lamelo a flawless basketball player? No. Does he need to get better on the defensive end with his decision making at times? Yes. The guy gets called for a foul every time he breathes on someone, and then never gets called a foul on the offensive end. Like, think about the wee little tacky fouls that Melo gets a lot of the time, and compare that to when he drives to the basket, gets hit. We see this guy complaining to refs constantly, non-stop. I never used to see Lamelo do that. I've watched the guy since he was 12 years old. Probably about 12 years old. I've never seen him really do that. He's not being a guy to whinge or complain at the refs, but he's getting sick of it. I just don't know what, like, Charlotte are. Are they scared of handing over their franchise to the quote-unquote Ball family? Is that what they're scared of? But at the same time, they want them there? Do they want them but to be in control of them? Because I don't get why. They're clearly in on it because they have Lamelo and they went and got Liangelo. So they clearly want a part of the quote-unquote circus. But it's as if they want the benefits of it, but want it to come across as if they're in complete control. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from it, because it's not just about Lamelo and the Hornets right now. Greensboro drew up a game-winning play for Xavier Sneed. Sneed, the game before, played the exact same amount of minutes as Liangelo. He had about 5 points when Jello went for 20. This game, Jello had what? I'm going to get the box score up from that most recent Greensboro Swarm schedule. I don't know what Willie Sneed did in that game to justify taking the last shot. It's strange. Like, why are they both not starting the season? Why obviously Lamelo's starting now, but why like Lamelo not starting last year, Jello not starting in the G League now, even though damn near everyone in the building is there to see Liangelo. His game's good enough, clearly. Right? He's clearly good enough to be there. Why is he not starting? Cameron McGriff played 9 minutes the first G League game. He scored 2 points and was 0 of 2 from the field. and then the next game that guy plays basically starter minutes. So it's not just a James Borrego thing in regards to the falling in love with, role players or whatever it may be, because you were seeing the same thing in the Greensboro Swarm, and the Greensboro Swarm's just an extension of the Charlotte Hornets. Here we are right now. Xavier Sneed played 36 minutes, coming off of a 5-point game. Cameron McGriff, who had 2 points the game prior, played 23 minutes last night. Jello had just 13 minutes. Despite playing 23 minutes less than Sneed, Sneed only had 4 more points and 2 more field goal attempts. So that's just, who knows? Maybe for Greensboro, I'm hoping that maybe they're just trying everyone out, experimenting who's the best players, and it's like, okay, we didn't give Cameron McGriff many minutes this time, so we're gonna give Jello less minutes and him more. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't understand how a guy goes for played 4 minutes in the first half of that first game, came out in the second half and scored 18 points, and that guy somehow plays less minutes the next game, and the guy who did nothing in 12 minutes suddenly gets rewarded with 24 minutes. That makes no sense. And the Charlotte Hornets, they want it to seem like they have a plan, they have this culture, they do things this way, and everyone needs to buy in. I don't see any culture or philosophy when I'm watching the Charlotte Hornets down the stretch. I'm seeing Miles Bridges, who's trying, it's as if it's a direct, your turn, my turn, may the best man win between him and Miles Bridges. Mason Plumlee just passes the ball. Him and Gordon Hayward have this weird thing going on, where they just pass each other the ball, play buddy ball. Melo gets looked off. He really ever gets to play ISO or get screened. Bro, you set a screen for Lamelo and let him curl round the wing, on the ball, where he goes round the screen and cuts to the basket from the perimeter. Good things happen. Either he gets a runner, either he drives and kicks it, or he goes to the basket, or he dumps it off in the lane. If I'm the Charlotte Hornets, I'm trying to do that. You want Lamelo driving into space as often as possible. If Melo can get a runner or a floater every time down the floor, I want that shot. That's a good shot. Instead, Gordon Hayward is going to turn his back to the basket and try and pivot his way into semi-contested mid-range that sometimes he makes. Miles Bridges playing like an ISO player. Why is Miles getting more ISOs than Lamelo? Miles can, in my opinion, is a guy who can take advantage of mismatches in the low post. He's a guy who can hit open threes and go hard to the basket and score lobs in transition. Miles should be doing backdoor cuts. To be honest, Miles Bridges should be in the corner. Miles should be in the corner. The hell are you doing with this guy with the ball at the top of the perimeter? Little cross, he can do that little double cross, 2K cross, that quick double crossover, on the baseline, and but you don't want him driving at 2 defenders. No, that's not his game. Gordon Hayward should be in the corner as well. The ball should be in Lamelo's hands every time. Every time. The team plays so much better when they do that. As for the minutes yesterday, it's weird, bro. Like, there is no need to play Melo the entire third quarter. Because that way you can't play him in the fourth. And I don't know, Rev.
The man is cooking. The man is cooked. You came to cook tonight. I mean, this morning. You cooking, bro. I mean, I got to give you flowers, man. Let's get some flowers for DKM. This is the candid things that we need from the leaders of that space. And shout out to DKM for being courageous enough to say what we're all feeling, man. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of Billy Bob bullshit. The guy has 22 points in 23 minutes in Greensboro, right? But I ended that game thinking to myself, because me and DKM, we were talking and we both were in agreement. I was like, yo, Jello should be starting. He was like, absolutely. But I think both of us knew in the back of our minds, that's not going to happen. And the next game, sure enough, those minutes went to Willie Snead. It went to Cam Magruder. And with all of that said, you can't hide behind wins and losses because they blew a lead and they lost. Arnaldo Skaboka is not trying to win anything. This dude is trying to score every time he touches the ball. So my thing to my brother Andreas Alfaro, it's not coaching when it's two different teams. No, that's not coaching. It's something else going on. And I think DKM really touched on it. And we're going to give you the answer. We're going to give you an answer right after this quick break. I think DKM is the one that cracked the matrix. We'll be right back. They look better in pickup. They look better in pickup. They look better when the ball is flowing freely, isolation. They look better. Just playing off one another instead of this structured bullshit. You cracked the code, DKM. I feel like they don't want to get a kid too much power. I feel like they're going off, once again, old media cliff notes. They're going off scouting notes. They're going off. And this is me and you were having that debate about Luka, and I was telling you that Luka doesn't have to deal with this. They're going off the fact of they think that he played daddy ball all of his life, and if you just let him do whatever he wants to, he'll try to take over the organization. He'll try to be entitled, and if they allow Jello to cook the same way, then it'll feel like LeVar is taking over their organization. I can't think of any other reason other than, of course, the money with Gordon and the money with Miles. But in Greensboro especially, I think they don't want to give power to Lamelo this early because they don't know for sure if he's LeVar or not. What do you think? What do you think?
Well, Rev, I've got an interest. I've just done a little bit of research right now and have a statistic in regards to Greensboro, which is incredibly alarming to me.
Talk to us.
Liangelo played Obviously, it was the second leading scorer the first game. And he was the most efficient scorer. JT4 may have had 34, but he took 22 shots. Jello got you 22 on 13 shots. Now again, remember, Xavier Sneed in that first game played the same amount of minutes as Jello. He had 5 points. Why is it the next game? Who do you think played the most minutes for the Greensboro Swarm the next game?
Willie Snead.
No, well, it wasn't Vernon Carey or Scotty Lewis or, guys on two-way contracts. It was Willie Snead. He played 36 minutes.
They play the same position, don't they?
They play the same position. Now, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There was 10 players last night, or in the last game, that played for the Greensboro Swarm. Where do you think Liangelo ranked in minutes played?
Second game?
Second game.
Shit. Man, got to be at the bottom.
He played the second fewest minutes behind only Ekena Ndugbia, who in 8 minutes had 0 points and 2 turnovers. Vernon Carey played more minutes than Jello. Cameron McGriff played, and all these guys that played above 20 minutes. Jello had 13. 20 minutes for Vernon Carey, 23 for McGriff, 25 for Kobuka, 28 for Carton, who had a grand total of 5 assists and 4 turnovers. More turnovers than assists. 28 minutes. Scotty Lewis played 30 minutes. JT4 played 34 minutes. Jalen Crutcher played 34 minutes. And Snead played 36 minutes. Jello, the second fewest minutes on the damn team. Coming off of a 22-point night off the bench. And it's not like Jello was playing badly when he was out there. He was 3 of 6 from the field. 50%. Took 2 threes, made 1 of them. Had 0 turnovers. Vernon Carey had 9 turnovers in 20 minutes. 9. Your center had 9 turnovers. He didn't get hooked from the game. The Greensboro thing tells me exactly what I think was going on in Charlotte. Because are they scared of Lamelo potentially having LeVar's mentality? Now, LeVar's mentality is one thing. I remember there was a quote. I don't know if LeVar actually said it or not. I think the high school coach came out and said that, and people within the media seemed really scared of it. It was like, my name's LeVar Ball. I ran Chino Hills. I ran UCLA. And I'm about to run the NBA.
Yep.
That's what LeVar Ball said.
Yep.
Now, imagine that mentality while being one of the 3 or 4 best players in the league. And if you're one of the 3 or 4 best players in the league, because of who you are, you will be the most popular. Imagine that mentality. Imagine Steph Curry had that mentality. Because I think in terms of like popularity, if LaMelo does, become one of the league's best players, I think he would be comparable to Steph Curry on the fact that, you could argue LeBron, Durant, Giannis, Kawhi, people would argue that those guys are better than Curry. But none of them can light a candle to him in terms of popularity. It's a scary thought. And he'd take over Charlotte anyway.
That it looks to be what they're afraid of, to be quite honest with you. It looks like they're afraid of giving this guy the keys too early And the money doesn't work for them. Like if you give him the keys right now, you got to put the personnel on the floor that is best utilized and suited for him, which is not Gordon Hayward. So that would be an omission at that point of Gordon Hayward, for the most part, being a failure as far as helping them get over the hump. That's very hard for them to admit. Organizations don't like to admit stuff like that. They don't like to admit stuff like that. So I find it hard to believe that they will right now. But if they keep losing games, it's going to force their hand. And I think LeVar fear is real. I think they do fear him. Go ahead, bro.
I was going to say, if you're Mitch Kupchak, progress for this team is making the playoffs, right? That's probably, what he's tasked with. Before anything or going any further than that, this team's tasked with making the playoffs. I think what might be happening to an extent is they're aware of LaMelo's contract. They're aware they have LaMelo for a long time. Is Mitch Kupchak, for instance,
gaslighting?
To an extent, but also the thought process is, if we make the playoffs, we can justify the Gordon Hayward contract.
Yep.
Because, okay, maybe the team would be better off going through LaMelo, but if we do that, then I look bad because I've done a bad Batum contract, I've done a bad Hayward contract, I've got a reputation of giving out bad long-term contracts to older players. So if I can go to Michael Jordan at the end of the season and we play this way with Gordon playing a large role or whatever, and it's like, look, our goal was to make the playoffs. We paid Gordon Hayward $130 million, and we made the playoffs. Is he perhaps hoping that, okay, maybe we could be a 5th or 6th seed if we played through LaMelo, but I think, fingers crossed, we have enough to be like an 8th seed playing this way, because then it justifies paying Gordon that money if we make the playoffs and he's a 20-point per game scorer. We didn't get to definitively find out last year if we were going to make the playoffs or not due to injuries. Let's just run it back and see if we can do the same thing this year. Because otherwise, it looks like, forget how good the Charlotte Hornets are. It looks bad, especially if Mitch wasn't the one that chose to draft LaMelo. If that came from above him, does it look bad if, the team decides to go all in on Melo? Gordon's got this horrible contract that they're stuck with for some years.
Yep.
Compromising the LaMelo Ball rebuild. And Mitch was the guy that gave Hayward that contract. And he didn't even want LaMelo. He wanted Wiseman. How does that make him look?
Yep.
So he's probably thinking about himself. What makes Mitch Kupchak look the best in this situation? Is it maybe a case that Liangelo's way better than they thought he was?
Yep. Just like Melo. That means they would have to admit they're wrong on both of the Ball brothers. That doesn't look good in a power struggle. It feels like a power struggle. Go ahead.
Bro, if he's going for 20, bro, this was the guy's first game of basketball in forever. Jello got 22 effortlessly off the bench. That guy plays starter minutes. He's averaging over 20 in the G League. How long can you keep a guy with that popularity playing that well on the G League team? How long? You've seen enough from Liangelo already. You said it. You know that guy's an NBA talent.
Right.
The numbers look like an NBA talent too. Because it's not like he's just a guy who is scoring more because he's playing worse competition. Like a Scotty Lewis, for instance, a lot of these G League guys do things in the G League that they wouldn't be able to do against NBA defenders. you know, like all these different types of scoring. Like they're just, you know, maybe they've got a little bit of an athletic advantage. There's a lot of guys who do things at lower levels that they wouldn't be able to do at higher levels. There's a reason you get all these under 6 foot guards leading the NCAA in scoring, and they can't do it on the NBA level. Everything Gelo's doing in Greensboro, he could do on an NBA team. Cut to the basket.
Yep.
Like, he's not standing in the corner sparingly. I think there's a difference between standing in the corner and strategically spacing the floor. Liangelo does it in a way where, you know, he's one pass away, so the defense is, you know, going to rotate, and that would leave him for an open shot. Or I've got an opportunity to cut here. He knows when and when not to cut. That's how he gets all those sneaky, you know, backdoor cuts and those like drives where he ends up just getting the ball. His IQ, he's definitely, you were the first to say it, I think. He's the most fundamentally sound out of all his brothers. And what part of that could he not do at the NBA level? It's not like his shots, it's not like he's going to struggle to get that shot off against NBA. Nah. He's getting that shot off against anyone.
Right.
That thing is automatic. That is quick. He's fast.
Yep.
He's like it's like rolling a sausage down a hill. You know, he picks up speed as he goes along. The further, you know, the more it's like once he gets going, Gelo's really quick. Like in transition, Gelo wouldn't be towing a truck. He wouldn't be towing a caravan. He'd be like, once he hits like his speed, and he can shoot. He can and these are little things that you don't know. He can run full speed in transition. You can throw him the ball, and he can somehow steady himself quick enough to like pull up threes in transition. It's like you could be exploding on the break. You throw him a pass. He's running full speed, and he'd still be able to compose himself and get his shot off and in transition. And that's a great skill to have. Being able to pull for three in transition. Charlotte you don't see that from the Hornets. Terry Rozier tries it every now and then. Gordon Hayward doesn't do that. Gordon Hayward would have to bounce the ball, slow down the whole fast break, turn it into a slow break before, you know, pulling a three in transition off the dribble. So it's harsh to say that they don't believe in the Ball brothers because they are the team that gave them a shot. You know, no one needed to give Liangelo a shot. Is this organization maybe thinking beyond Mitch Kupchak? Like, I don't know. Is Michael Jordan the one pushing for it, and Mitch doesn't really want to do it? Like, it's like, is it Barrett? Like, who in the organization? This is what doesn't make any sense. Like, who wants the Ball brothers? Because the organization doesn't seem like they do. But then they have both of them.
Well, that's such a loaded question, bro. Tonight's stream is going to be amazing. I felt it this morning, bro. I felt it this morning. Like, I knew the energy of the chat was right. The energy of the family was right. We're going to be able to continue these conversations tonight as well. What you saying about Gelo first? Let's just deal with the Gelo thing. You said a lot. Y'all make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe to each channel on the panel. Please hit the like button. Take your shoes off when you come in the building. The situation with Gelo is, and I saw this at Summer League, Gelo just knows where to be on the court. He has a knack for knowing where to be on the court. He just has a knack. Like, he knows when to cut. Like, his cuts aren't forced cuts. Like, Lamelo, sometimes he has the force and cut, and then it just makes the lane all muddy and trafficky. But with Liangelo, he cuts at the perfect time where even though he's not as athletic as far as explosive getting to the rim or dunking, he's open for layups because he knows the exact moment when to cut so they hit him in stride. I think Jordan wants the Ball brothers because he knows his money. And it's a cheap package. Even if you pay Melo 300, if you can keep somebody like Miles for cheap, well, not cheap, but 120, 130, and then you can bring Liangelo along slowly and give him a minimum deal and throw just a serviceable center, you can keep asses in the seats for a long time, even if you're losing. But it's also Jordan at the same time, where Jordan is known to be a bit of an egomaniac. He's a bit of an egomaniac. So I don't think he wants to hand the keys over to LaMelo the way that they feel like they had to for Kemba Walker. They feel like Kemba had them held hostage. They feel like Kemba had too much power, and that's why they put their foot down, quote unquote, and didn't pay him that money. And with LaMelo, it'll be 1,000 times greater. Where if LaMelo got the keys, once again, they wouldn't know if it's going to become what they, quote unquote, feel like LaMelo comes from, which is daddy ball. And now LeVar is behind the scenes running the organization. I mean, time and time again before LaMelo was drafted, scouts kept saying, they were even saying it on old media, people are worried about the circus that comes with him. They're worried about LeVar running the locker room. They're worried about his independence. And what I got to say to any organization at this point, this shit ain't new. Star players always get star treatment, bro. LeVar ain't that goddamn bad. Now it's been some terrible ass parents and shit. At the most, LeVar is gonna talk his shit, promote his brand. But goddamn, if you got a chance of being the best team having the best player in the league and somebody who could change your culture and make you billions of dollars, it's later for all that shit. It's one thing if a guy is not producing, but LaMelo is producing. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Liangelo's producing. I'm going to say some names, all right? Chat, we interactive, so let's talk about it. DKM, let's talk about it. I'm going to say 3 players, all right? And I'm going to say their minutes. 36 minutes a night, 30 minutes a night, 34 minutes a night. These are 3 players on the Charlotte Hornets. Basically 35 minutes a night. Who are these 3 players that I named? 35 minutes a night. Who was that?
Was this last night?
No, this is during the season. They're averaging 35 minutes a night. Who was his first player?
Miles Bridges.
Ooh, boy, you on fire today. All right. 35 minutes a night. Doom, doom, doom.
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward, correct the mono. Shout out to Mozart. 30 minutes a night.
Mason Plumlee.
That's LaMelo Ball at 30 minutes a night.
Mm.
Kelly Oubre is only playing 3 less minutes than LaMelo Ball. That should never happen in the history of fucking history. Now, this is where it gets interesting. But wait, there's more, like Boxing Ego says. 22 points a game, 20 points a game. Let's just round it off and say 18 points a game. Who's averaging 22 points a game, chat?
Miles.
Sideball for the Pels and DKM. Correct. Who is averaging 18 points a game?
Is that it's either Gordon or LaMelo, I think.
That's Gordon Hayward. He's averaging 18 points a game. Now, we've been on here for a while. We should get over we need to get over 100 likes right now. Y'all run the likes up. Y'all make sure y'all doing your job in the chat, man. Run the likes up. Run the likes up. Run the likes up. Show some love to the Cash App. We're working. Help us push through the algorithm. And tonight, pull back up for the Lakers stream. We will be live for the Lakers stream. How in the bloody fuck, DKM, is Melo averaging only 2 less points than Miles Bridges on 5 less minutes?
Because he's a better basketball player and more efficient.
So why in the fuck would you not go ahead and pass this man the keys if this is not coming from the top down? Gordon Hayward is averaging damn near 5 more minutes too, and he's struggling to get 18 points a game. LaMelo is averaging 20 points a game right now on 30 minutes. That's Lou Williams numbers.
Rev, I've got a question, a Gordon Hayward related question.
Talk to me.
How many times in this guy's career do you think he's averaged more than 20 a game? He's been in the league 11 years.
Once.
One time.
I knew it. I knew it. Utah?
Last season in Utah, he was 26 years old.
They paid a guy that struggles to average 20 points a game $130 million, right? But came to Miles Bridges and offered him $60 million, and we're wondering why there's confusion when it comes to the organizational structure and while Miles is playing a little out of character right now. As far as Greensboro, I think Jello's going to get slow burned. I think the more both organizations lose, and this is gonna be bad for Hornets fans. The more they lose, the more power LaMelo will have, because they'll want to see what he has, so they'll put the ball in his hands more. And the more Greensboro loses, the more Liangelo will get opportunities. What do you think about that statement, DK?
So they'll get opportunities if they lose?
Yeah, because they won't have the playoffs to play for anymore, so they can't. They're gonna have to start selling rebuild.
I mean, it's probably accurate. I mean, if they can get away with it, the Jello Greensboro thing, I don't know how much longer that can last. How long can the G League get off the hook because they don't have press conferences? If I was to see, bro, you said the media need to ask difficult questions. Do you know what I would love to ask James Borrego?
What's that?
Real simple question. James, how you doing? Who's the number one option on this team?
Well, I think that's not an easy question. We've got a lot of guys that can go out and give 30. Gordon can give us 30. Terry's a proven scorer in this league. Miles gives us 30. Yeah, we got a lot of guys that can give us 30.
I'd like to ask respectfully, when was the last time Gordon Hayward had 30 points?
Well, I think that's an unfair question when you structure it that way. LaMelo came in at 6 minutes last night, and I'm not saying it's not his fault, but LaMelo's just got to be better in situational basketball. I mean, we're asking him to do a lot. He's 20 years old, and he's 20 years old, and he'll grow in that area.
Gordon Hayward. I've just checked. Has had 3 30-point games for the Charlotte Hornets. Lamelo's had 2 this season, correct? I'm not even on some James Borrego like
Gordon
Oh.
is a big part of what we do here. He Gordon, in a lot of ways, he sets the tone for what we do. I don't think you can say the impact of Gordon by 30 points, 30-point games. LaMelo's just got to do. He's got to do things better. He has the instincts and the feel for the game, but it's just certain things that he needs to do better defensively, and he's got to stop with the fouls. He's got to stop with the silly fouls, the ticky-tack fouls, and he'll get better at that. I'm not saying it's his fault, but we've just got to stay the course, and Gordon just does a lot for this team.
I'm gonna find out who leads the Charlotte Hornets in fouls real quick. I'm interested in seeing how far LaMelo is up the list.
I'm glad you asked that question. LaMelo's just got to do a better job of understanding our system. You can't just go after it on the offensive end. Who the fuck let this guy in here anyway? Oh, bro, it's the best. This is the best. It's one of the best duos on YouTube, man. Like, I mean, you got to give it up, man. You got to give it up. You got to give it up. If it's not me and Train, it's DKM and Train. If it's not me and DKM, it's Train and DKM. Like, bro, you gotta love it, man. Y'all gotta love it, man. Give us, hit the like button, man. It's a fucking clusterfuck. You can ask James Borrego who the fuck messed up his pizza from Papa John's, and he's gonna find a way. Well, LaMelo, he's just got to be smarter in certain. What the fuck does that have to do with pepperoni pizza, man? How does LaMelo and pepperoni pizza? Like what? What are we talking? Nobody even asked you about that.
I will say though, looking at the numbers, Melo's averaging 3.7 fouls a game right now.
He's fouling his ass off.
What is he doing it right? He leads the team in fouls.
LaMelo, LaMelo, if you're not fouling, you're not trying. And I feel like he be trying. He be trying to get steals. Like, to me, what's really stood out, oh my God, this is a bar. What has really stood out the last couple games about LaMelo and the rest of the team, it looks like LaMelo is just moving like the Flash, and the rest of the guys are moving like the Sloth on Zootopia. But the Sloth that was at the counter. It'll be 4 minutes wait time. Like, he's just moving so fast. Defensively, he's everywhere. He's running everywhere, like a chicken with his head cut off. And then you see Gordon Hayward and Mason Plumlee dribble down the court. Here you go, Gordon. I'm going to pass it. Like that. That's what it feels like. And then Gordon gets the ball. Headed to the post. Push off. like it's just, he's moving at another speed. The point guard should not be at the front of the fast break. Y'all know that? Because I'll be seeing people coming in the chat. LaMelo's ahead of the break. That's bad basketball. That's horrible basketball. He should be in the center position of the court, with 2 guys ahead of him so he can kick it ahead. Lamelo be on a fast break and just straight run past everybody, and then he's just down there with 3 guys on defense. And he has to turn around, dribble back to the top. Here we come, Melo. Give Gordon the ball. Like, the fuck are we watching, man? What are we watching? What do you think is going to happen on Jello Ball in Greensboro this year? What are your projections for him, DK?
Well, I don't think he's going to get a chance to play for Team USA on the fact that, you know, that's one of the main goals for guys in the G League is getting a chance to play for the USA team. And usually that's reserved for like the 20 or so guys down there. Alex Caruso played for them. You know, like qualifying games, like to qualify for all these tournaments when you've like during the year, the NBA players aren't gonna leave their NBA teams, so they just pick the best American G League players. I was hoping that if Liangelo had a good year, he would have an opportunity as, you know, thinking like he'd maybe be one of the best shooters in the G League and he'd have like a nice little point per game tally as well. That would do him a long way as one of the main options on this team. I really feel like Jello could lead this team in scoring. The G League, I think it's just winning at all isn't important in the G League. I mean, what do you gain from the Greensboro Swarm winning a G League championship? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's about auditioning and giving players an opportunity to shine. There's clearly favoritism. Xavier Sneed is not as good, from what I've seen anyway, as Liangelo Ball, but he gets favoritism within the organization because he's been there however many years now. He's been all that guy's left the Swarm, came back to the Swarm. You know, he went to the Niagara River Lions in Canada and ended up right back in Greensboro. It's as if he's like the senior on a college basketball team. It's like your time to lead now, you know? Like I don't get it. Like how can I say what Liangelo's gonna do and how Liangelo's gonna start? I sounded like a fool in my video. Because Rev, obviously we were watching the games.
Yeah.
And I was a little late, like because it was like 2 games back to back, 7 p.m. I didn't upload my video in time. And one of the main points I was saying in my video, I was like, guys, I understand why Jello's starting the season off the bench. But if he keeps playing like this, he's going to earn more minutes. And what we saw during that first game was Jello maybe started the game. Like started the game as in like started like when he came into the game, not literally started the game. He's probably only meant to have like role player minutes, but he earned more minutes with his play in the second half. And I'm like, ding, 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 ding. The Hornets whole system earned more minutes. He's earned more minutes for the next game. So expect him to play a bigger role next game. I uploaded that video like a few minutes before tip off for the second game. So people are watching my video, listening to me saying, "Oh, Jello is probably going to play more minutes next game because he performed." Only for him to get 13 minutes. So I'll sound like a clown to say what I know if I know what Jello's going to do next season or this season. I think he's probably going to end up averaging like 12 to 13 points just because the guy does know how to score. And, you know, the only thing stopping him from scoring a lot of points is by reducing his minutes. Because he played 13 minutes last night, he scored 7. You know what I mean? So the games he plays 20 minutes, he's going to get close to 20. It's just what he does. It's just what he does. Yellow ball. The guy knows how to score. He knows how to score. Let me get his averages so far right now on the season. Just take a look at them right now. I think he's the 4th leading scorer on the team. Yeah, here we go. Jello Ball stats. Okay, they don't want to show his stats. Why have they got every player's stats on the team except Liangelo's? Okay, he's averaging. This is Vegas. God damn, what is going on? Here we go. He's averaging 15 a game. Jello's averaging 15 a game right now. On 18 minutes a night. He's shooting
Crazy.
63% from the field and 55% from deep. There's only so much long you can keep that going for.
Crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I tried to tell you, man. It's crazy, man. All right, man. We done rocked it out. We got some announcements for tonight's game. I won't be releasing the times because we got a lot of people that be jacking our stilo. But tonight in the LitHoUsE, me and DKM will be streaming the Lakers game. Hopefully we can see some Mason Plumlee dribbling 90 feet, passing the ball to Gordon Hayward out of bounds in the league.